I can't connect to the server that tells me what servers there are to connect to. So, going with Plan B. Plan B is make more white cubes, so we can continue to go through all of our research, what we haven't done. I want to get that one done. That requires whites, that requires whites. And I should probably have been condensing those. Oh, no, wait, hold on, I remember. I was going to put the research at the other end. I wonder if we're sending plates here. I do wonder if we're going to have a tidy up phase where we tidy up the... Because I'm just sort of spaffing these everywhere. There we go. Because... Why are people making low-level belt? Okay, is this new? No. Circuit boards. Over here. Good evening, Shelper. How are you?
Ding.
So, I forgot it now. Lost Ark is not just a bit broken. I can't even connect to the bit of the game that tells me what servers there are to connect to. So I'm like, I can't be bothered. I will be queuing for hours.
No.
42 more research stations.
Everybody wants to be first.
Well, the thing is, I mean, I've played like Warcraft and things during peak hours. The problem is, if one of us gets kicked off, like during a quest or something, we'll be like, oh, we're back in a second. It's, yeah, I'm at the back of the queue. So well, I'm just going to wait till it's calmed down a bit. So Brett and I did a little bit of maths earlier, and we reckon there's about 1 million players, of which like 150,000 are queuing right now. It's not. I mean, it's impressive. It's a very impressive feat from the developer's point of view, but not brilliant to play. And, oh, we have oil on the network.
Hello.
Hello. I even had a good title. Which was I hate this game, but everybody else seems to be enjoying it. And I titled it Queuing Simulator 2021, but I couldn't even begin to queue. So I was like,
oh wow.
Yeah. Well, I showed you the screen, so I just got this screen here.
I didn't see the screen.
Yeah, the screen just says, sorry, we can't connect to the server due to heavy traffic. So I couldn't connect to the bit that told me what servers they were. I mean, I'm pleased there is an MMO that is doing so well, but I thought it was not an MMO. I don't know, because I haven't had a chance to play it.
I had a little go in it last night, about midnight, just got straight on. Straight after I finished whatever we were doing last night.
Yeah, I guess it gets quieter, but now it's pretty much peak time, so it's like, yeah.
Join the
So
quest.
what's that?
Safe to join, Sharka?
Again.
Oh. That has so many... Oh, I forgot to copy the...
Exception has occurred while attempting to connect.
I have no messages on my screen.
Gonna try to rerun the game. Has there been updates since last time?
Not as far as I'm aware. New working. Don't have any
New
blues.
train attempt.
Oh, we're out of blues. Yeah, nothing's changed. I'm afraid they haven't officially released this mod. Blue. Why the hell are we out of blues? Yeah, I might want to rework some of this to use stackers. Pilers, sorry. Unfortunately, to use pilers effectively, you have to do this very annoying thing where you have to run it through multiple pilers, which is a bit rubbish. Now that will double stack all of those. That will literally... Well, it will sort of double our throughput.
Nothing.
Huh? Nothing? Oh, I'm not getting anything. How can I tell if I'm running it multiplayer? Yeah, I am running multiplayer. I haven't changed anything. Are you sure you haven't accidentally done something really stupid, like revert back to the original mod or something?
Yes, I'm starting to check all the things.
The thing is, I know Lost Ark is by some very big and famous people. I get that. But I don't know why anyone's talking about it, apart from the fact who it's by. Like, I don't know anything about the game. I have not heard anyone talk about the game at all.
Mostly, before it came out, the hype sort of train.
Well, apparently it's been really well received in Russia. Like, you know, the version we're getting is the English translated version of the Russian version from the original Korean version. Cool. But I haven't heard anyone going, hey, there's this unknown new Russian game that you should all look at or anything like that. It's suddenly just gone, hey, this is the best thing ever. Well, no, I haven't even heard that.
Right.
I haven't even heard, all I've heard is everyone's playing it. That's about all I've heard.
Yeah.
Right, oops.
I just need some good news. Take the world's eye off its Ukrainian situation.
I don't think Amazon are massively involved in international politics to...
You reckon? I think it might be somewhat. Well, not in the foreground.
I don't. Even if they were, I don't think releasing a free-to-play ARPG is going to be.
Make a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah. Permission to join?
Yeah. Let's see if you can join. Shout can't. It just says no when he tries. Computer says no.
I've turned. Obviously, we're opted into beta 0.8 or something, aren't we? So we can't.
We're in a special.
0.8, can we?
We're in a special. I say hacked version. We're running a pre-release version of the multiplayer.
Okay. You'll be disconnected from the server. An exception has occurred while attempting to connect.
Okay, I will save the game.
Oh, I'm on early access 0.8, 0.9.
The game. So I had this argument with the devs. Right.
Oh yeah.
So the game is.
I thought we didn't go to 0.9. I thought we went to 0.8.
No, the game is a 0.9. The mod is on a special 0.8 that we've downloaded.
0.80, yeah, plus blah. Yeah.
I mean, unless now, how can I tell?
It says it on Dyson Sphere Program multiplayer menu what the versions are.
Yes,
so that's where I think we'd start to read each other's numbers out.
Where am I? Hold on. So I should be able to do. How do I view installed locations? Oh, there we go.
I'll put a shortcut to it. Like, oh, this is horrible. I always get the wrong location.
Right, there we go. I don't. I mean, I'll check the date stamp. So plugins multiplayer mod was updated 0802. Yeah, 6 days ago, so it hasn't been upwritten. But both of you are crashing.
Not connecting. We're not connecting. Failing to connect with an error.
Yeah, I mean, that's not even an error. Oh, hold on. Let me download the whole error message there, Schalke. Connection timed out is what you're getting.
Let me try joining a game.
I'm not running it, so that will be tricky.
Oh.
That
would. I can't abort it though.
Not modded.
Unless you've redirected a port for something we've been playing recently.
No.
Trying R factor to work.
No, I got as far as R factor requires you to redirect all these ports, and that was the final straw that broke the camel's back. Anyway, I am loading. Multiplayer, load game. See, now I'm worried. What I've done is I've loaded it into single player, in which case I've twatted everyone's save. But it should be up again, because if I load the game in single player and then save it, that wipes the save data. Yeah. Oh, please tell me I haven't wiped your inventories again.
No, I think.
No,
No, we're good.
oh,
We're good.
Good. Huzzah.
Requesting join.
I think it's single player.
Good to join. Yes.
Joining.
I feel like it says who's joining rather than random person X. You know, unknown.
That's because I asked them, because it's really useful to know. Because if it goes John Bob Murderer 69, we'll be like, I don't think that's somewhere in our group. Orca. I have not heard of the Orca programming language.
Anyone was eschewing Go earlier to me.
Erlang Go. My God.
So guess in.
So let me list to you all the things I know written in Erlang Go. Wings. Now, don't get me wrong. I have spent hundreds, if not thousands, of hours in Wings. It's a wonderful program, but it's not. Go is not a. I mean, I don't know what it's used for. It's one of those that, you know, it exists. It's definitely a programming language that exists, but I don't know what purpose it has, or why anybody would use that one over any other language. What was their TLDR of why you should use Erlang?
The fact that it made things like easy to collect, easy to do multi-threading. Apparently.
Well, I'll be honest.
Use like channels to do multi-threading, and
so does C# these days. Like, threading used to be very hard in C. So, for example, you know how you get like 32-bit numbers. So that means at somewhere.
Unsigned or signed.
Doesn't matter. So somewhere, at some point in the computer, you are using 4 bytes to represent a number. And it doesn't mean that the first part of the number is the first part of the number. Like in a floating point number, you get the mantis and the exponents. It's all quite complicated. In C++, if it is you're in a threaded environment and you request the value of a 32-bit number that is being written to by a different thread, you could get the 2 bytes of the old number and 2 bytes of the new number.
Ooh, that's horrible.
Yeah. So C#, you have what's called atomic operations. So in C#, you go, what's the number? You get the number. There's no concept of here's
mid-update.
Yeah, mid-update, like literally whilst it. So you could get around it in C++, C++ by doing the volatile keyword, which meant all operations on this particular memory address must not go via the cache. Because the problem is, you understand it, but you get down to how. If I ask a computer what is this value in the memory location, where does it get that value from? So I said, what is it memory address 1234? Not a trick question. Well, sort of a trick question.
From the bus.
It'll get it from the RAM, won't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't, does it? Because that's what your cache is for. Your L1 cache, your L2 cache, your L3 cache. So when you query what number is in any given memory location, if it's in the cache, you get the cached version. But modern computers, I think,
which might be out of date. Yeah.
Which might be out of date, so you have to make sure it's in date. So that gets even more complicated, because when you're using the volatile keyword, you are what's the word? You are potentially invalidating 3 caches.
Oh, because you're at level 1, L2, L3, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, it was.
Wow.
It was and that's really slow. Computers are built around the caches being fast. I wonder if I should bypass that and go straight in. I haven't wound everything up yet, so I'm not sure what we're sort of lacking. So I believe Max is off on another planet, sending us glory.
I've called it Max's place. I'm not sure I didn't have a bloody clue what to call it. So.
I mean, I usually call stuff like Copper Bar Smelting Planet. Like, it's like in No Man's Sky. All my planets are called things like Iridium Transport, not Iridium, Indium.
But you have to in those ones because it's bloody. What have I got? I have no idea.
Well, it's the same thing here. I just sort of call them names that are just very vaguely, just like what the planet's got.
I am setting secondary mirror launch at Matti.
Cool.
Oh, the irony.
We're actually nearly done, by the way. We'll have to start thinking about our next ring.
No, sorry, I'm laughing because I've run out of. I need a PCB, which is what I'm trying to achieve.
Well, hopefully you have the resources to make PCBs.
I have.
I wonder if I can speed up this blue generation because it's just slow. Why are you slow, sir? You are slow because you are missing circuit boards. Is this an interstellar? No, it's planetary. Ugh. Right, well, I can definitely speed it up by upgrading that and again. Right, circuit boards. Okay, that's an off. I think we. Oh, supply. You see, sometimes I come across interstellar planetary logistics station. So this is a planetary logistics station that's doing iron bars, but the iron bar supply is marked as supply, even though the conveyor belts for it are coming out. So I don't know if someone put the conveyor belt on back to front. Don't think they did. Or if they... It's just... I don't know what happened there. I've no idea. Let's tidy that up.
Do you like dragging and dropping? So like, I want a wind turbine, I want 300 wind turbines. You know.
Yeah, be very careful about... So don't use the blueprints, because that just crashed everything horribly.
Blueprints? No. I'm just saying,
say, don't...
about there, and then click, just drag upwards, and you get like a whole row. You know.
Yeah, unfortunately, this game does appear to be revolved around blueprints, but I will have a chat with the devs of the mod again going, hey, prints a bit... Who designed this? I think it was Henry, so this one needs to move a little bit.
I'm going to land on Dora World.
Hi, what do you need?
I need fuel.
Fuel? I can send you stuff, don't forget.
But I'm afraid to warp without fuel.
Yeah, but you can request. You can request. Can you request warpers? Actually, might not be able to. I said we're still not really replete with green. Oh, there we go. Shaka's arrived. Not really replete with green, and therefore warper stuff. Okay, there we go. Yeah, all good. Oh, wait. Then it immediately decided to save. Great timing. So if I do... Well, I've now seen a few episodes, by the way, and I can now very highly recommend Reacher. I had most enjoyable Sherlock Holmes-esque romp, shall I say, and not very much like the film with Tom Cruise in it all.
Hooray! PCB is being made. Now I can make another smelter.
There are 3 items on the floor, by the way. Is that somebody else or is that me?
I don't think so. No, it's on this planet.
Yeah.
I'm fine for deletion.
I'm going to delete them then. That's that. Copy you. You up. Oh, that should speed up our blue production. Very mildly. Oh no, wait. We don't have enough. Ah.
Oh, by the way, I rebound the view key to the right arrow, the right mouse key.
Yeah, I did that too. Unfortunately, it completely messes up the sphere editor, but I can go through that. Right, hold on. So I wanted to stop that. Those. This was supposed to be in this direction. That doesn't count. Right, there we go. Now I've sped up the processors. So I want to research the bigger stacks out of the Duper Flips very soon, but I will need to research better logistics carriers, which is not a bad thing. Also, Max, you're old. You might enjoy the new documentary that just came out. It's all about lemmings.
Oh yeah.
It's the first.
My first game, TM.
Well, the first 3/4 of it is extremely good. Very, very, very good. Very, very interesting. And the last quarter of it is in 2017. The people who made this documentary released the game on mobile, and we're still patching it. And it's like, okay, I see why the documentary got funded now. But
things.
but yeah, but apparently there's over 4,000 levels and 1,000 skins for your lemmings. It's like that is impressive.
That's dedication. I'll give them that.
Yeah, well, it's still making money. I think it's the important thing. But yeah, the documentary is very interesting about the sort of, how it came about. Unfortunately, it doesn't touch on Lemmings 2 or Oh No More Lemmings, or they just kind of went right and on with the mobile stuff. A little bit too soon for my liking, but
yeah, because it was Christmas Lemmings, a couple of sort of really short, sort of 12-level efforts, weren't there? And from my memory, it was just you had to be so precise about placing things sometimes, even though it wasn't like 6 foot before 80 or something.
Yeah, so Oh No More Lemmings was probably the one you'll think of, which I believe was those were all the levels that were too hard to make it into the original Lemmings.
Yeah.
So if that was your first taste of it, that was.
Oh no, my first taste of it was Lemmings.
Yes.
It came with my sound card.
Oh wow. Well, I'm looking to the.
I got an hour's free computing, hours free tuition with my computer.
Oh wow.
Which cost a fucking fortune. And yeah, I said, how do you play games on it? Oh, here's Lemmings. Oh, great.
Yeah, I'll just paste it in the chat. So I'm getting the new mini Amiga, and it has a lot of good games. And I was thinking about other games that I'm going to want to put on it. And I was like, probably want to put Lemmings on there.
Definitely.
They have a
Zool, wow.
fantastic selection of games on the Amiga Mini. They've got the Bitmap Brothers on board, and obviously you can pirate any game you want on there, just like any console, any mini console. We are out of product stacking. That's good.
I have a really daft question now. I've got one planetary dude I watch it on here launching resources. Once that has got to fire, I guess I'm going to have to try and make another one, or shall I come back to base to collect another one?
So the throughput of that single one you've made is enormous. So right now,
you can only hook up 5 items to it, can't I?
Yeah, you can hook up 5 different items, but you can have 10 spaceships, each carrying currently. Let me check out what the current limit is. 10 spaceships, each carrying 1,000. So at any given point, you can have 10,000 resources. Actually, that's just gone up now. Now you can have 12,000 resources in progress. And there's no way you're filling that up anywhere near quickly enough to be a concern yet. Well, you might be, I doubt it. So,
no, I've only got 3 things cooking into it.
So what was that?
That was copper ingots, iron ingots, titanium ingots.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's only ever here.
To make another one, I believe you need access to oil or sulfuric
and I'm
acid.
sending magnetic rings to it as well.
Cool.
Yeah, which is actually the biggest demand apparently. So I should make some more of those because I don't appear to be having any coming through. Which I just go and look at.
What's he doing?
It's not doing anything. Why is that not doing anything?
She's just walking around looking for everything. We've rearranged the house a bit. She's like, I must mark everything as mine.
That's mine, and that's mine, and don't want that. That's yours.
That's mine. This is mine. Yes, that's.
Why am I dark smelters not doing a thing?
Don't know. If you click on them, it will tell you.
Stacking.
That means they can't offload quickly enough. Now, bear in mind that
but there's nothing on the upload. Nothing on the output belt.
It can't offload for a reason. I was going to say, bear in mind that right now you may have made stuff, but there are other planets. The point is, if you set up a planet sending resources, that means we don't have to worry about when an intermediary planet runs off, because Hot Singles is sending quite a lot of stuff. But I bet you it will run out at some point.
So, I've got smart smelters which take...
Product stacking means I can't offload.
But there's obviously something wrong because there's nothing on the conveyor belt visually.
Is there an off belt? Is it actually...
I'm having troubles loading a planet.
I need to saying lack of material, so somewhere between...
Lack of material is an input fail. Yeah.
Yeah, and so somewhere along between these two... between my arc smelters and my assembly machine Mark IIs, there's something screwy going on. I'm just going to try taking the logistics thingy off it, the sorter. Whoa, okay, that was a bit more.
Yeah, you sure you haven't got like a filter on your sorter or something silly?
I'll double check. It's always worth checking, isn't it? Let's put another one of those back.
Yes, when your computer doesn't turn on, the first thing you do is you check the plug sockets, switch, and then the fuse. Always check the obvious things first.
I'm gonna try to reconnect.
Well, that one's happy.
Okay.
So I've got a blank circle on that one.
Blank circle means it hasn't received that input yet.
Yeah, that says... Yeah, so that one's okay. Set filter. How would you clear a filter if it had one?
You click on the thing that says... No, try and click on the right thing. It will say set filter. If it has a filter, you would click on... It would say microcrystalline component or whatever, and then it has an X next to it.
Stacking. It says product stacking, but it really isn't, because I was going to delete the ejector, the sorters. Take the sorters off, put them back on again.
Joining back.
Okay. That was quick.
I mean, and the planet has graphics.
So I am increasing our purple research, as that's what we're waiting on. But we are going to start to need more advanced products from elsewhere. So last episode, I guess that's the right phrase. Last episode, Mr. Chicken sorted out a much improved throughput of processors, but we don't have a decent throughput of particle broadband at all. Like we are struggling. So that might be something we need. I mean, I can go and do it. Obviously, I'm not incompetent. But if I go and do that, I won't be able to sort of keep an eye on anything else wrong. So I can check back through the ingredients and see what requirements it has. Although I think within any given star system, you can always produce everything. I think. A bit like the No Man's Sky. Like you can always start a game on any planet, no matter what. Or rather, any solar system. Sorry, star system, isn't it? Not a solar system. Get the terminology right.
What's the difference between a star system and a solar system?
What's the name of our sun? I'll give you a clue. It's not the sun.
What?
Huh?
No.
Yeah, Sol. Sol. Oh no, our sun is called Sol. There is only one solar system in the whole infinity of creation. Everything else is just a star system, I suppose. Someone correct if I'm wrong.
Solar system is also a star system.
Well, yeah, but it's not around Sol, so it's not. I'm happy to be corrected on this, but I'm fairly sure I am correct. I suspect it gets misused a lot, though.
So, if you were orbiting a sun
called Blur,
that wasn't called Sol.
Yeah, you've been the Blur system.
What would the PV panels being called then? Photovoltaic panels be called?
Well, it's typical photovoltaic panels.
Yes, but
normally they're called solar panels. Well, if you're on Kerbin orbiting Kerbal, or is it the other way around? Which one is? What's the name of the sun in Kerbal Space Program?
Kerbal.
Kerbal. So there'd be Kerbar voltaic panels. Follow me for more etymology tips. That's a good point, guys. I forgot that they're solar panels, which is obviously wrong, or potentially wrong. Now am I? Yes, I am boosting those, so those are all boosted. But at some point I am going to want particle broadband on the Interstellars, and more than we've got like 10 machines here making it. It's just not enough.
It's gonna be the champagne of the future, whether you call it solar panels or not.
Oh yes, obviously it's only solar if it's orbiting around Earth. Otherwise, it's just merely sparkling anxiety. So we get that because from where I'm from, we have a number of items that have now become protected. Cornish pasties, clotted cream, Devonshire cream, etc. So now it's, I can't remember what it is now. Is it the clotted cream can only come from Devon and Cornwall, and anything else is just called like thickened cream or something?
Oh no, but it'll be Devon or Cornwall style cream or something like that, wouldn't it?
Devon, yeah. No, I can't.
They do it Greek yogurt, don't they? Greek style yogurt.
No, because I've got one. I cannot remember exactly what it says, but it says something like Greek style yogurt with lemon flavored sauce and meringue inspired pieces, and I was like, nothing in my yogurt is real. It's all
fake.
It's all fake. It's all fake. Yeah, it's like the old Michelin web adverts for Fiddle-dee-Dee. It goes, new chicken-style pieces. It's like, wait, what do you mean chicken-style pieces?
Maybe cat. Fresh cat.
Oh, if it's fresh, that's all right.
There was a takeaway in Worthing got shut down for serving cat.
How the right, multiple things. A, How? Like, how would you even find
It was
out?
I don't know. Someone must have gone there, done a takeaway, and then done a DNA sample on the food that was provided.
Because there was one in Southampton, and the rumour was they were selling guinea pigs, but I have a sneaky suspicion it wasn't true, and it was just put around by another Chinese. Because so let's just assume that's true for a moment. Let's just assume that they were actively serving cat on a regular basis. Where the fuck do you get cats from to kill and eat on a regular basis? It's easier than just buying a bunch of whatnot from the butcher. That's definitely going to be
you just
less...
wander around the streets and collect them?
Yeah, but that's definitely more effort than saying, can I just have 3,000 pigs delivered to me, please? I mean, I guess it's sort of free, but only if you aren't killing the cat hunters you've got. Which one assumes you would have to. And you'd have to buy their silence.
So who gets to determine which animals are easy or like okay game to eat?
That's not the point. The point is it's very easy to buy chicken or pork or things. It's very hard to buy cat. Like, no one will sell you cat for human consumption. So
no one you know.
No one will legally sell you cat for human consumption.
Yes, there you go.
Whereas there are but there are a lot of places that will sell you almost any other animal, like cheaply and easily with next day delivery.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm applying Occam's razor to your story, which is a story I've heard before from other places. So I'm going to apply Occam's razor to that story and say, probably not.
Yeah,
I will be
able to find a reference article.
Well, this is I mean, unless they actually got done for it, it's not true. And if it's true,
I think they got done for it.
Well, if they got done for it, yeah, but then you will find the environmental report on why they got shut down.
I wonder if there's an animal that people would fight over whether it's okay to eat or not.
Well, cats, dogs, horses. Like in the UK, we don't eat horses. Horses are our friends. We love horses. I used to have a pet horse, but I have had a horse kebab. It was in Holland, and until I found out what it was the most delicious kebab I had had in my whole life. It was amazing. I was like, oh my god, what is this? This is amazing. They're like, horse, and I'm like, but horses are my friends. I can't eat horses. We have a song about this. For heaven's sake. No, but they're our friends. Horses. They're there with cats and dogs and guinea pigs and rabbits. Some of that, yeah. But yeah, in English culture, they're definitely a taboo animal to consider eating. There was a massive outcry over here a few years ago when some Tesco was found to have some contaminants of horse in their beef. Like, massive outcry because, as I said, horses are one of the animals that English people love. Cats, I think we would be a bit of an outcry. Dogs, a bit of an outcry, but I think horses were worse. But apparently, and I cannot verify this with my own tongue, bad horse steak tastes like the best cow steak. All I can say is that horse kebab was great, and I was only a little bit sad to eat it. I mean, I've probably eaten an awful lot of other horse and cat and dog in other kebabs I've had over the years. Haha. Okay, let's see how the research is doing. I've expanded the research generation, I've expanded the research consumption, and I've expanded the intermediary research, but I think I'm gonna be lacking, the source products. Let's see what that's done to the graph. Hmm, 60 whites a minute. The next research I'd like to do is 8,000, so that's not enough.
So on Max's place, I'm making, or sending, iron, copper, and titanium ingots, and magnetic coils. I've got a fifth slot I can occupy with some other device, some other item. What would be useful to send?
Well, I know what I would like, and it's particle broadband. However,
Right.
that is not a
Right,
simple.
the resource on this planet to make.
The thing is, particle broadband requires plastic, silicon diamonds, and carbon nanotubes. So you'll need to. So you need to set up a gas giant repository. You'll need. Yeah, it's not an easy.
I don't have oil.
Yeah. Do you have no oil? Do you have oil in the solar system?
How do I tell?
Press M and then zoom out a bit.
That zoomed out quite a bit. So
zoom out so you can see the whole solar system. Sorry, Max.
Shark appears to be.
Yeah, it's a bug. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So in my whole solar system, how do I check?
It'll say crude oil. Oh, click, yeah. No, you got to click on the sun. Sorry, you got to click on the sun.
All right. Crude oil, yes.
Yeah.
Far-ice organic crystal, spiniform, stalagmite crystal.
Yeah, you've
sulfuric acid.
You've got the issue that you can do, and obviously I highly encourage you guys to just do awesome things and send all of the resulting glory back to Mother Russia here. But in practice, that's a lot of stack that you need to do. So
to make particle broadband.
To make particle broadband, you need to start off with gas giant collection for your graphite. Then you'll need to have sulfuric acid shipped from a different planet.
Well, I've got sulfuric acid here.
Oh, you got sulfuric acid. Oh, that's a good start. That means you can, and then but then
you get it from point A to point B.
You use it for the water pumps, ironically.
Got to get it to another planet.
Oh, to get to another planet. Oh yeah, and you would use the interplanetary network. You just don't need jumpers if it's within the same solar system.
But that means that the thing's then full.
I don't understand.
Star system.
The star system. You can do within your own star system. You can send stuff with the interplanetary network without jumpers. That's quite easy to do.
Oh, there's a bug. I'm zoomed back into my planet, but it's moved.
There you go. Today, Max learns a basic lesson in why time travel is impossible. I've travelled 100 years in the future. Where's the Earth? Oh,
it's over there.
I think you've got a problem. I have a storage container here floating in the middle of the air. I'm trying to work out.
What I've got for now.
Well, I'm trying to work out how best to solve this. So, right now, the purple cubes require microprocessors, which Henry, I believe, has done a good job on. And then the next one is particle broadband, which it requires crystal silicon, which is fine. We have crystal silicon coming in from somewhere else. I don't know where. That's the good thing. I don't care. We've got carbon nanotubes, which is okay, and then plastic. But plastic really wants to be done, ideally, on a water world, because water worlds have extra oil, because it's like a world of water.
So, what I was saying about my interstellar logistics station being full is you have 5 slots, don't you?
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah. Then you need to build another one. Yeah.
Okay. Let me see. I need to build another one.
Plastic.
I haven't got plastic.
And other things.
Do we have a stack, or do we have not stack, but we just supply them on Dora World?
I can send you a bunch, I'm sure.
How do I? Oh, just request them on the network.
Yes. Let me grab a bunch off.
I just want like 3.
You can't have 3.
I will help.
Minimum order is lots.
Interstellar logistics, orbital collector. Interstellar logistics, right. One of those, and I want the bare minimum. 100.
Well, ask for 400.
Okay. And I want remote demand, local supply.
There we go. And I've given a bunch. I noticed this thing is this lack of spaceships, but that shouldn't matter. Minimum load of vessels has to come down, because I don't have that many. Local supply, and you've got remote demand on that.
Yep.
Why is this not moving? What have I done wrong? Local supply, remote supply, 857 in storage. Min load of vessels.
If I'm sending it, it's local demand, remote supply.
No, yeah, but you're demanding it.
Sending it. Yeah, so it's local supply, remote demand.
Local doesn't matter.
Inverse.
Yeah, you just want remote demand.
Yeah. Oh, so I suppose you can promote some remote
and you have requested
as a cache.
And you have requested titanium alloy. Just to be clear, what you're requesting.
No.
Ah, right. You want titanium alloy? Yeah. You don't need plastic itself.
I got titanium alloy on the ingot on the planet.
No, you don't. Titanium alloy.
Alloy.
Yeah.
No, no.
Yeah, that's the one you want. It looks like that requires. You can probably make that there actually, but I can send it to you because that requires sulfuric acid, steel, and titanium.
I don't have steel, but then again, you made a smart ingot.
Steel is iron. 3 iron makes 1 steel.
Okay, so maybe it's worth just clearing and resetting this request then.
Set it to titanium alloy briefly. I might just send them to you.
Items. Titanium alloy is that one. Okay. I'm going to set it to remote demand, and I'm going to request.
Yeah, they've all gone.
Bloody hell! I don't want that many.
Well, sorry, you got. I mean, it doesn't matter if you can't make them there. Actually, you can make them that easy because you've got sulfuric acid, but I wouldn't worry about it too much.
All right. Once it turns up, I'll just nab it all.
So I have increased our. Oh, what am I even complaining? Not enough diamonds.
Could we have inserters on the interstellar network, please?
You mean saucers? And no, we don't have these crafted anywhere. We've got Mark 1s crafted, which. I'm not even sure
do we have a good stock? Will you send some? Or is it inconvenient?
Why are you using Mark 1 sorters is my first question.
Well, any. What I should request?
I'm sure you had a machine making Mark 1s that I've definitely turned off. Because all of our shopping centre was just getting gunked up. I'm not sure we do, you know. Oh, yeah, there we go. I can send you a whole bunch. But I only have Mark 1 because no one ever wrote. They designed an upcraft. Hello, Dora. That was very high speed of you. Buildings. There are 3,000. There are 2,000. There are 1,000. Okay, they've all gone. I assume that's you that's requested them.
Yeah.
Good. There you go.
2,400 is gonna be enough.
Ugh.
I really wish this game had a maceration facility. There's no way of getting rid of items, is there? There's just nothing.
You can drop and delete them.
I suppose I can drop and delete, yes. Take back everything I just said.
How do you pick this up off the floor?
Z. Oh, did I do the research? I guess I must have. Oh. So we need level 11, okay. Now we are back stuffing the research, but it is nice and fast. Good evening, Esmia.
Hey.
I'm gonna save the game. There isn't. Yeah, I don't know if you saw the chat, but I couldn't get to the screen in Lost World to tell me that all the servers were busy. The servers were so busy, so I just went, I can wait till another time on that. I think we might be out of proliferator. At one point, we are going to need coal from another planet. Dora still has 5.5 million coal. I think that day is a long way away. Over here somewhere. Yes, it was. Why do we not have enough? Because we don't have enough greens. We don't have enough greens because we don't have enough oranges. And we don't have enough oranges because I only have one machine crafting it. Wow, that means we're creating more than 180 per minute.
permission to join?
You are good to join. In advance of Saturday, by the way, I have updated Sneaky Spaceships with working VR and a sport mode, which I've only very briefly tried.
So was it a good sport?
I always love the concept of sports mode in a car. What's the car that you drive for work again, Max?
Kia Niro.
Kia Niro. And does it have a sport mode?
I have no idea.
Let's assume it does, because I guarantee you it does. What sport could you imagine you would take your Kia Niro on?
Racing of some sort?
Yeah, in a Kia Niro? Don't think so. It's very odd. All cars pretty much have a sport mode, and it's essentially what they actually have is a normal mode, which is sport, and an eco mode, which is not. Because the eco mode is there to pass emissions, you see, more than anything else. Just
What surprised me the most about the Kia Niro was the fact that Halfords serviced it, and the rental company, what do you call it? Not rental company. What do you call it? Lease company sent it to them. I'm like,
Yeah.
but Halfords are doing gash.
Well, no, you see,
apparently they're not.
so the issue you've got is that not all Halfords are terrible. So the problem is, so I have my Impreza's brakes done by QuickFit, and the reason for that is they do brakes for life. So they will.
Well, they also do brakes all day long, and that's all they do. So.
Well, no, they do lots and lots of things at QuickFit, but the point is they do brakes for life. So that's the only reason I'm with them, and I use cheap and nasty brake pads that I get through very, very quickly. So when I was at Alton Park and I started to get judder on the brakes, I'm like, right, cool, I'll just take them to QuickFit nearby. Literally went to QuickFit, got them fitted, went back to the racetrack. And then the guy looked at the brake pads and he went, these have been dry fitted. He goes, you didn't get this done here, did you? So I'm like, no, I got it done in...
I've been what, fitted?
Dry fitted. They hadn't been fitted, they hadn't been, the bolts hadn't been up nicely with grease. And he was livid because he was worried it was one of his guys that had done that. He was about to be very, very angry when he found out who did it, but I was like, it's a different facility. Because this is the problem why QuickFit get a bad name, because some QuickFits are run by competent mechanics who have had many, many, many years of experience, and some are not. And it's the same issue with Halfords. Some Halfords will be run by absolute savant mechanics, and some will be run by horrendous jobs worth. But you've no idea whether your particular one is the good or the bad type.
We've just upgraded the capacity of the Interstellar's logistics station.
I have.
Oh, nice. Watching everything just go whee!
Well,
filling it up.
The next upgrade after this one is things coming out of the logistics stations will be stacked 3 high. And that should sort out a lot of what that should improve.
What do you mean by things coming out? It delivers faster?
Yeah, delivers faster. So
nice.
It's quite hard to see unless you put your camera down low. But things could be now stacked on conveyor belts up to 4 high. It was new in the last patch, but it's not really very obvious unless you put the camera down really low. But yeah, coming out of all logistics towers of all types should now be double stacked, I think, and they're about to become triple stacked.
I'm not sure I fully understand.
Oh, I see the stacking line. Okay.
Oh, there you go, Max. If I put a screenshot in Discord.
Oh, okay. So.
Yeah. If you look at the coal, you can see that some of the coal is 2 high and some of the coal is 1 high. And you see it's at slightly different heights. It's not very clear, let's be honest. If I zoom in from the other side, there you go. That's better picture. There you go. You can see there that some are 2 and some are 1. So there are also machines to make this happen, but it means that you can use the logistics stations will now deliver stuff somewhat faster.
Alright. Cool.
Much is a bit of an exaggeration, so I believe that's a valid trick. So I can feed this into the logistics station, and then it will stack it internally, and then come out double stacked. Anyway, I think I fixed our production of proliferation. Yeah, the hydrogen has a visible line, but in the first shot, it's just that the sun was on the wrong side, so it was quite hard to see which side it was. It's not brilliant graphics, and to be quite honest, objects move too quickly in this game to see them half the time. I am a little surprised. I'm getting extra product. Let's go with extra speed. So when we have plenty of source product, which we do, I can go with double speed. And we have a limit of source product, I can go with extra resources.
It's hard to take screenshots on this black hole planet because it's rotating really fast. It's like, oh, that was good lighting, except it's gone now. It'll be back in 2 minutes.
But yeah, I am hoping in the next major patch of this game they start to implement some more logistics management / monitoring stuffs. I'm also curious what they're going to do with the combat. People keep telling me they're going to do. I've no idea, but neither does anybody else.
It's kind of shame that interstellar things are kind of wasted.
How do you mean?
Because like the engine of having all the planets, and then if we don't really visit anywhere, like there's lack of labeling and really managing a truly interstellar operation.
Yes, I mean the best solution to that would be single-purpose planets. So you have a planet that does nothing but supply copper bars, and you rename that planet Copper Bars, and that's about your lot.
No.
No.
No, you wouldn't name it that.
Or copper ingot supply.
No.
Why
No.
not?
Iron Brew.
That's not good. It's copper. So now you look stupid.
Ginger. It's orange.
Yeah, but hold on. But if you call it iron brew, would you call it iron brew for a copper planet or an iron planet?
An orange planet.
So what about an iron planet? See, you haven't thought it all the way through.
Probably call it something stupid like Tartar
Yeah.
Steel.
Yeah. But this is the thing. You can. The only way to organise your interstellar network is to name the planets in that sort of way. But even within Dora World, I am struggling to find certain stations, and I have no clue. Really, all I have to do is when we run out of a certain resource to make more white cubes, track it all the way back and see what's fallen over. And I know we've got the little production menu, but it's not really very helpful because so little is produced on Dora World. Wait, why do we have... What? Why is there like 30 water collecting machines here? Let me rephrase it. Why is there 30 more water collecting machines than we need here?
Someone was really thirsty.
Oh, that was for that water's going in the network. Unless if somebody
that's-
changed it.
No, what? But I mean, that's far, far, far more than we can use. I'm just confused at the size of the operation more than anything else.
It's to get that scale of water done before we accidentally pave over all the water.
Well, there are other water planets, but I do take your point. The reason I've just noticed it is because I've just researched an upgrade that gives us bigger interstellar stations. So it's just yanked thousands and thousands of water across the conveyor line. And I couldn't work out why so much water was suddenly being used. But now it's all going to sleep. Order production descending. Yeah, so you can see there where Esmir set it up, and then there's where I got the upgrade, and you can see the water graph going up. But these graphs, they're interesting, but they're not really very useful, unfortunately. It also doesn't help that the graphs are absolute batshit. So we just look at the coal graph for a moment. We're producing 4,600 a minute, and we are consuming 4,200 minutes. We have a net surplus of 400 coal a minute. Now, if I just cover up the numbers, how the hell am I supposed to tell that from the graph? Am I supposed to genuinely spot the blue one is slightly bigger than the orange? Because, I mean, I'll be honest, I'm pretty sure that's actually slightly smaller than the orange. So, that doesn't work. Huh, I just zoomed in and noticed all the othering. Yeah, am I genuinely supposed to tell that is... Well, it's not. It is... I don't even understand the graphs now. Can anyone explain to me what the graphs mean? Nobody else knows.
Which is the hard part?
Well, on the production graph, what's the cyan mean and what's the orange mean?
Cyan is what you have produced, and the orange is what you have consumed.
So why is the orange bigger than the cyan when I have produced more than I consumed? I like the...
Where?
On coal, the cyan is bigger than the orange. Sorry, the orange is bigger than the cyan, but I'm producing more than I'm using. I even just...
Well, right now you are, but in those bursts you were using more than double.
Sorry,
no, you were producing. So those bursts are coinciding with the technology upgrades, which allow us to store even more.
Yes, if I zoom in, the graph is slightly more useful, but it's also just not, is it? That graph is still completely fucking useless in so many ways. Like, they're pretty and they're cool, but I don't find them very useful. Because unfortunately, it doesn't take into account input, import and export. Because I really want to find, like, apparently I'm producing 164 copper.
You can change the thing from local planet to local star cluster. You can change it to star system.
Yeah, but if Hot Singles is producing and consuming 1 billion bars of iron, I want to see, like, input. I want to see stuff sent to Dora World. Because now,
I agree.
I don't know, because I'm apparently producing 60, consuming 600, and I'm being sent an unknown number. Max is sending us stuff. Is any of it coming through? Is enough coming through? I don't know. I have no way of telling. All I know is we're consuming 1,100 titanium bars a minute. But so I assume from that we are being sent 1,100 bars a minute. And I further assume if the consumption drops to near zero, we're in trouble. But I can't even put a fucking alarm on this. I do notice we're not producing any electric motors, which is good.
Yellow coils.
Electric motors, yes, yellow coils. That's not going to catch on. You can stop trying to make it catch on. It's not going to. Motors, turbines. I forgot the fourth one.
Fetch is going to happen.
Yeah, I call them turbinos, so it's never going to catch on for me.
Is this sounds like something out of Fast and the Furious?
Turbino?
Yeah. I'm Dominic Turbino. I drive the fastest car. There's the Italian version. Ironically, we're actually out of Turbino. Wait, how? I swear the game only saves at the most awkward of moments. Why hasn't that... Right. So purple is kind of flowing. It's kind of okay. We're limited on particle broadband, but we do have an awful lot more particle broadband because we also have an awful lot more CPUs. Sorry, microprocessors. Processors, sorry. I don't think we have enough processors yet, but we do need a lot.
I can send microprocessors.
Processors, not microprocessors.
Oh, processors. Even those, yes.
We're probably okay there, only because Henry did go absolutely...
Oh, kind of circuit boards.
Yeah, circuit boards are easy, and then
Yeah.
microprocessors don't they? Now, I think we're actually making profit on processors. I do think we're a little bit lacking on carbon nanotubes, though.
I recently boosted production of it on Interstellar Network.
Of
Carbon tubes.
don't think I'm requesting carbon nanotubes. This is the thing. I don't want to put down another interplanetary station and start requesting carbon nanotubes, but I will. This is happening a lot. So I swear now we have a whole bunch of these that only have one bloody purpose, which is I popped it down to replace an old production thing. Okay, so if I change that to remote demand, local supply, remote demand. I'm sorry. So the thing is, I should have my television up loud when I'm streaming, so I can hear stream alerts. But normally I have it on quietly because it's also the television that I have running YouTube and things during the day. Sorry, what alert did I miss?
We have a subscriber. No, we follower. A subscriber. Yeah.
I assume that's UW. Thank you. I believe your name is Vuta, with a W. Or Wouter. I love hard W's, they make me smile. Aww, I don't know why, but I appreciate it. I mean, I know why I appreciate it, I don't know why anybody would, but I appreciate that you do.
We are probably end game by standard game standards.
Oh,
Our overkill
yes.
mentality might mean that we want to overkill it quite a lot.
Oh yes, well, I mean, I was planning on continuing to soup up our Dyson sphere. Once lockdown is done, I was going to put a different series of rings at different angles, which should hopefully rotate at different rates and look cool, like a gyrosphere thingy. I would just like
They
to...
absolutely do.
Good. I'd also like to touch on what I said last time. So, right now, we have written the words lockdown in the sky, and assuming this was the solar system, then those words would be... I mean, each letter is probably... I mean, each letter dwarfs the sun by a you know, each of these letters is probably as big as Jupiter. You know, they are enormous. They are of mind-boggling scale. And we are making 5 gigawatts of them. Like, I don't think we have wind turbines in the gigawatt range, but I think we have wind turbines in the 300 megawatt range now. So, I'll do the maths. So, 5 times 1,000, yes I know, 5,000 megawatts divided by 150 is a whole 33 of the biggest turbines we've got on Earth. So
I don't know whether the game is human scale. It could be that the stars are actually smallest possible. And I think Jupiter is about the smallest, but it's the largest possible planet. After that, they start to go nova, become stars.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, they started to become brown dwarfs.
My point is more the amount of energy we are getting out of our Dyson system is currently about 8% of the UK's national grid. It's just not a very impressive number. I mean, it's impressive for Dyson Sphere program numbers, but real world numbers, yeah, not so much.
Are the brown dwarfs, are they planets or a kind of star?
Are stars even real?
Yes, you can look up and see.
But if you touched one? They say a man cannot truly know if something is real until he has licked it. To this day,
my gosh.
I'm still not sure if wet paint is real.
Just touching the solar wind count as touching the star.
But the sun's different. The sun's not a star. It's too big.
And they've got an album out. How you been a star?
Yeah, naughtiness happening. Alright, you being naughty?
I appear to have found a mushroom planet orbiting the Sirius star.
I've seen the Sakura planets. They're quite pretty.
Yes, they are. This mushroom planet is just weird.
Oh wow, that's a long way away though. 9 light years. Well, you should rename it from Sirius 1. So maybe like, are you serious, man? Because the mushrooms and hippies. I should probably go and get a drink and charge whilst I do that. There's probably a good ratio of mecha core to energy circuit research and to a drive engine, because I can upgrade the drive engine infinitely, but it says it massively increases energy consumption. But I don't know if that's just linear with the acceleration speed. So if you're 10 times faster, is it using more than 10 times the energy? It doesn't really say. Laura loves her box. I'm not sure if faster drones are much use if we can't use blueprints. Are any of you waiting for drones now?
Yeah, occasionally.
So
What do you mean that we can't use blueprints?
I thought last time we tried, the game just died horribly when people started to put down big blueprints.
No, that was using well, it's kind of part of the blueprint mode where you just use Control C to copy something that you've created.
I think,
and then there's a button called Use Now, so you can use that immediate blueprint, and that's what fucked up. Was I was trying to do something like that.
I thought doesn't that just queue it up like normal? It was just, I think someone was just doing too big a blueprint and it just killed it because it's just a build command. I mean, maybe they didn't.
No, it was even on a different multiplayer game that it went weird.
WJG.
But I've been using blueprints in multiplayer for weeks.
Oh. I've purposely avoided them as I was under the impression they went wrong. WJG.
Just if you use the Control C and try to replicate off of a non-complete blueprint.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it probably works with 10 machines, but not with 10,000. Or, at some point it will be like, no, that's too many. WJG, it doesn't matter. So think about it. The bigger you're enclosing all of the sun. So it doesn't matter whether or not you're enclosing it at a close distance or a bigger distance. When you're further away, you have the advantage that you're dealing with a much lesser temperature, to absorb the energy from. But you're dealing with the problem you have creating a much larger surface area to have to build. But in practice, it doesn't actually matter. It makes no difference at all how you do it. You get the same amount of energy from the sun, which is all of it. What are we at? 53%. What's the next one? 24,000, and the next one here is 6,000. Well, I'll get that one. Let's get some more energy, and I'm going to pop.
Small Dyson sphere would be hotter. If you make it bigger, you can run it cooler, which is less demanding on the parts of the Dyson sphere.
But you need to make more Dyson sphere, a lot more Dyson sphere.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to leave it on the screen. I'll let you watch the words go around, and I'll be back in just 1 minute.
Hello.
However, in answer to your question, the most cost-effective Dyson sphere is the smallest one, and that would be also equally as efficient as a big one. But it would be much more challenging to make each square meter at that distance. But you have many less square meters.
One of the challenges could be that if the temperature is above the boiling point of the materials you're using, it's going to be tricky to hold it together.
Yes. What metal's the highest boiling point?
Titanium.
No. Well, actually, now I've said that, I'm just going to go and quickly check. But I'm 99% sure you're wrong.
Titanium's 3,500.
It's not titanium.
Is it nickel? Which one's got the one that's measured by 3,500 or something mad like that?
But titanium is 3,287, which is very unusual. But tungsten is 5,500.
Wow.
So when I started to do research into Fortress Craft, I found there are basically 3 types of metals. There are ones like titanium and tungsten, which boil in 3,000 and 5,000. There's ones like lithium and mercury, which boil below 100. Nearly everything else is in about the 1,100 to 1,300 range. They just nearly all metals melt at the same point. It's quite boring, really.
This is why you get alloys.
Yeah. What is the hottest metal?
Interestingly enough, I learned a lot of those boiling points and stuff from Oxygen Not Included.
Fortress Craft initially had very realistic cooling and melting points for all its metals, but it wasn't any fun because it meant if you switch from like lithium to titanium or back, you had to wait for the smelter to change temperature. Dive got rid of it in the end, but the code is there somewhere for like realistic metals.
I remember at school knowing a really small amount about metals. I've been here for like 5-10 minutes now.
Yeah, I was busy. Max sent me a birthday present because he loves me, and I'm eating it. China dolls.
I remember knowing a tiny bit more than my classmates way back in school because I played a small bit of RuneScape, and I was like, "Oh yeah, bronze is made of this." And they're like, "Well, how do you know that?" I'm like, "Video games."
Yeah, no kidding.
I learned a lot from video games. Civilization, I learned a lot from. About when civilizations rose and fell. The names
when Gandhi nuked the world.
My favourite one was the realization that Argos is an island, and you get messages like the Russians have invaded Argos.
Good luck with that.
Silly Russians.
What is it? Black Friday? Is there 130,000 of them on the border of the shop?
Have you given up queuing? Did you see the screenshot I put, by the way? The server that tells my client all of the available servers was overloaded.
Oh dear.
Yeah, the overload was overloaded.
oh, sorry. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, maybe lol.
I played it for a bit. It seems okay.
So I'll ask. I chatted about this earlier, but I will ask you: have you heard anything about the game at all?
Have I heard anything about it? Or you mean like?
All I've heard about it is it's really busy and it's come out and it was popular in Russia. Like that's all I know about the game. I don't know anything about it. I think it's an ARPG and that's about all I know. Like, why is it so popular? Why is it so good? Why has the world?
I mean, I think that. I mean, I've not got that far into it. I think like. I don't. It feels like one of those games where the translation's not that great. So maybe the native speakers of was it originally released in Korean or something?
Korea, and the Russian version was incredibly well received.
Yeah. So from what I've seen, like the translations aren't great, but at least to English, at least maybe it's just how the story comes across. I don't know. It doesn't read like a normal, but.
My point is, like, I've heard so much about how popular it is and how everyone's playing it, but not anything like, wow, this is a really good game.
Yeah, so far I've not hit anything that I'm like, wow, this is amazing. I mean, I think visually it's quite nice, but like, I don't think that really carries it to how popular it is. I don't know.
I mean, it's like...
So is this a thing of a game having a big player base, making it big news?
Well,
I remember seeing
yes.
I remember seeing it very heavily advertised. Like I would open like Reddit and it would be on like the front page of Reddit every day, like just in ads.
Yeah, well, I've noticed Sakura was playing it early, and he doesn't play games for free, so he's obviously been.
Well, yeah, they do have Amazon. Yeah, Amazon behind them.
They do have Amazon money, yes. What's the Yeah, it's so the thing is, it's a bit like Minecraft or Fortnite or Farmville or The Sims. So just go, oh, it's a shit game in a kind of I'm too hipster to play this. There's a reason they've got 100 million players, and it's not because they're a shit game. So I want to play Lost World. I want to have a look at it and go, wow, this is brilliant or terrible or whatever, rather than just sort of dismiss it as, oh, it's just free to play grind bollocks. I mean, Candy Crush was great until at the point I'm like, you know what? I'm not spending any money on you ever, so I'm not playing anymore.
No, I don't think I've got that deep into it. Like it does sort of. I don't want to say throw you in at the deep end, but it kind of feels like it does because like you start the game and it goes, okay, which subclass do you want to pick? I'm like, what? What the fuck?
Yeah. Same thing, and I'm like, I don't know, the one with the big gun? Excellent, there's one with the big gun. Hello, Jigabot, it's going well, thank you. I'm just eating Doritos and I shall be wandering around again.
Like, there's a lot of small things I'm like, ugh. Like it's got some classes are gender locked. You can't play an assassin unless they're female.
I've seen people getting very angry about that. Like, okay.
I mean, I don't like not mind it, but I like the option of being able to play either, unless there's a reason for you to only be able to play one. It doesn't.
Sentiment works both ways.
Yeah. So
I mean both ways. So I mean, you should have both options for every class, or like. I don't know.
But
it's inconsistent.
Okay, but Brett, do you feel that it is ladies complaining, or it's exclusively white blokes complaining that they have to play a woman?
Well, no, there is also, I think, a class where you can only play it as a guy, so I think it does go both ways.
Yeah, but is anyone complaining about that one, or are they just complaining about the sorceress lady?
We've been complaining for decades.
Yeah. I mean, Brett, I think you know the answer in your heart, isn't it? It's.
Oh yeah, no, I know the answer.
But the thing is, let's say it another way. Do you feel that they should put in an entire second set of skins, meshes, models, and animations, just so you get to look at a different character on the screen with no other tangible benefit? Right.
Oh no, I don't care. I don't care that much. I'm actually playing as the female only class because I like the class.
You sure it's just the boobs?
I'm playing as the bloke who looks like Dante out of Devil May Cry.
Isn't that like most of them though?
Well, he looks especially like Dante from Devil May Cry.
Well, the thing is, I don't think visually it changes that much between the classes, at least from the starting point. I don't think. Like, I think the weapons change, but I'm pretty sure the base model for like the hair and the body and everything is the same. So you could like theoretically have every class be every gender if they wanted to.
Yeah, I think it's done just purely as a what's the word? Money exercise rather than any sort of wokeness.
It's a very Korean game style thing to do. They tend to do it in quite a lot of MMOs, don't they, over there, for whatever reason.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't have a problem with it. I mean, it's
it's
Warcraft. Fine. Warcraft went to the nth degree to supply you with every single gender and character variants, and but the drawback was quite often the armor doesn't really fit on the characters; it just sort of floats near them.
Yeah. I think it just sort of struck me as weird as I was looking through the class list. It's like, what was it? Fighter, which is male only. It doesn't say male. It says fighter, assassin, which is female, and then it had like gunner male, gunner female as two different class options instead of going into the next window to choose the gender, which was a bit weird. I don't know.
I suspect they've hacked it in an interesting way.
It might just be maybe in the original version they had separate words for the gender versions or something, and it just translates weirdly. I don't know.
Shaka, we are lacking plane filters. I know you were doing something, but I've sat here for a while, and we're bottlenecked on plane filters because plane filters mean Microsoft.
Can I go check on them?
Quantum filters. Thank you.
When it throws you in it. Oh, sorry.
I was going to say, do you know what I mean? But I haven't heard anyone actually talk about how good the game is. The reviews are great. The reviews are stellar, but I haven't seen any previews. I also haven't seen any reviews of the Russian version going, you need to check out this hot new Russian game.
Well, supposedly the reviews have gone down because of the whole queuing for servers issue. Like, they've been review bombed a bit, supposedly.
Yeah.
Because of that.
They should have just, just opened up 10 times servers for the next week and then collapsed them into smaller shards.
Yeah, it's at mixed reviews now on Steam.
Wow, it's at 96% before it dropped.
Yeah, it was a very... I just refreshed it. It was a very positive before I refreshed it.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Those issues will go away. To write a review about not being able to connect to an MMO on the week of launch is like, how old are you, 7? This is your first MMO. I think when Destiny's first expansion launched, and everyone's like, but the guns in this game are much, much better than the ones that I spent weeks and months and years grinding. It's like, well, of course they are. We're not going to ship an MMO, an expansion with guns in it that are worse than the ones you've already got because you wouldn't buy it.
Yeah. The naivety. It's adorable.
I know. First
but
time,
no, like,
yes.
So I guess like just talking through my experience of it, like you start out, you choose your class, and it just sort of dumps you in this room. You walk up to this angel character, and they're like, "You're the chosen one. Choose a subclass."
Yeah, you're the chosen one. What exactly are you?
I mean, I sort of skimmed through the dialogue, to be honest, because the voice acting isn't great, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't. Well, I feel like they're native English speakers talking, but it feels very
filtered.
Star Wars Episode 1 script reading.
So, yeah, if you... and the same thing in this game. The voice acting itself is superb. It is excellently done. Yeah. There is no complaints to voice acting. But the script they're reading is not English. It's like, if you destroy the container, all the fluid inside will be devastated.
Yeah, it's like you walk up to the person. It's like you walk up to the person and they go, "I have awaited you." That kind of thing, you know.
Behold a man. Yes.
Yeah, but it's like it makes sense as a sentence, but it doesn't sound right, kind of thing.
Yeah, I have awaited you. Yeah, but it's not as the first thing you say. All right. I know you'll be coming. I've been waiting.
But no, so it goes. So unless you like test the subclasses before you continue, and like when you test them, you start the game with like 6 abilities, which are bound to Q, W, E, R, A, and S. Plus.
Not on a pad though. Not the pad binding is atrocious, and you know how it's Diablo style, WSAD and cursor keys to and the arrow to aim. So on the deep, I'm expecting it to be left stick to move, which it is, and right stick to aim, which it's not. So, right stick moves the mouse cursor.
No, so it's not WASD default.
Is it click and click?
No, so it gives you the option when you start. It has like 3 different options, one of which is WASD, and I think the standard is left click move, right click attack, which is like Path of Exile.
Yeah, that's awful because it's very hard to run away from someone and then shoot because you have to move the mouse all the way across the screen.
Yeah, that's true.
But on the pad, you're moving the mouse cursor around. It's awful.
Although it does also give you the option to press, I think it's T, and it'll walk in the direction your mouse is currently facing, so you can shoot behind you.
Yeah. It didn't tell you.
It's still a bit weird.
It didn't tell you how to turn that off.
You just press it again. Or click.
But it didn't tell me that, and I was running in a straight line for quite some seconds going, and now what, Mr. Tutorial? You seem to have skipped a bit.
Which is what that GIF I posted earlier was. There was like 3 people that did that in the town area, and it was just walking into a wall for like 20 minutes. But no, like, so I've not entirely figured out how it works yet, but there's supposed to be some kind of like combo system in it. With like all the abilities, with all the abilities.
I assume I haven't unlocked that yet because I'm a level.
No, I think I think it's there from the start. I think it's the A ability, at least on the class that I'm playing. It's that when you mouse over it, it just says combo, and it just does stuff when you do it with other abilities. Like it changes how they function slightly.
Because Diablo was very good at explaining to you how, because I mean the Demon Huntress was quite complicated with the multiple resource bars, and then of course you had different some classes were generate your mana, your resource. Some classes would deplete. So you generate rage, but you deplete mana. So you have 2 fundamental types of class in there.
Oh, okay. So I'm just looking this up because I've not actually figured it out myself in game yet. So combo skills in this game, you can cast more than once within a window after their first activation to have extra effects. So depending on the number of times you press that button, it does something different.
Oh, okay. I mean, honestly, the whole thing was just a bit vague.
I didn't really. It didn't really explain, at least in the tutorial, how each type of skill worked. It just said, do kill stuff. And then you just kill stuff, and it feels pretty satisfying, to be honest. It feels very hack and slash.
I mean, I don't have a problem with games doing that. My issue is in multiplayer games where it gets to a high difficulty and I'm expected to play with other human beings who haven't practiced their art or looked up on web pages. Like, now we're back to base level Warcraft where people would just assign their skills randomly. Like, Blizzard essentially put together about 6 actual things they expect you to do with your skills. Like, they expect you to max out parry and block as a tank. And then you get tanks maxing out, like, crit and stuff. And you're like, what are you doing? Oh, I want to do more damage. I'm like, well, you won't do any damage because you won't. And you're taking more damage because you haven't done this. And eventually Blizzard took that away. And people complained. But as I said, realistically, almost no one would design a good character. And those of us that did either spent a lot of time theory crafting or we spent a lot of time on Icy Veins. Basically,
I spent a lot of time on Icy Veins.
Yeah, because the thing is, you either had to be a complete sado and not do anything else like me, or you needed to find somebody else's build and take that and assume that they had.
I was going to say that was my experience last time I played Path of Exile. Was I can play my build and it can get me most of the way through the run. But eventually, you sort of hit a point where you realize, I fucked this build up. How much does it cost me to reset it? Fine.
Yeah.
From what I've seen, at least so far, you can switch between your skill allocations. So it has like tabs, and you can choose one, and so you can sort of swap builds on the fly. And the way it works in this is each time you level up, I think you get 5 skill points, and each of those can be allocated onto the abilities that you have. And every, I think, 3 or 4 levels up that skill goes, it lets you apply. So each skill has its own skill tree, essentially. Which sounds complicated, but it's not really, because you can also reset it for free, at least as far as I've gotten so far.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm hoping that stays the case. But,
it's pretty enough, so we'll probably play it once, it works.
Once the queues, yeah.
But I'm not. I mean, even when you're talking about 10-hour queues for Warcraft, like, you're better off just not playing it. By the time, there's very few people who can queue for 10 hours and then actually play the game for any period of time, let's be honest.
From what I've seen online, the part of the issue is the timeout period on Lost Ark is quite generous. Like, people have just set up like an auto clicker so that they don't log out, which has made the issue worse.
Yeah.
Because obviously, once they get in, they're no longer getting back out.
That'd be one of my first changes. Is make the timeout periods absolutely brutal. Like like straight off the bat, that would be what I would do. Like if it's an hour timeout, make it 5 minutes because we're full and we need anyone who's not playing the game to not be there now.
The other complaint I have seen is apparently if you want to change server, you have to restart the game.
Which means you have to change region.
Yes, to change region.
Yeah, that's all right.
I guess that's because Europe.
I don't know why, but that is how it is.
Apparently, Europe has like half the servers of every other region, though, which is part of the issue for Europe right now.
Yeah.
Because most other regions are getting like sort of half-hour queue times, which is bearable on release, I guess.
It doesn't.
And then Europe's
help.
getting like 5 hours kind of thing.
Well, main filters want the second kind of class more.
Well, it doesn't help that when it says, "Oh, your position 7,000 in the queue," you've no idea if that's 10 minutes or 10 hours because it doesn't tell you. It just goes, "Oh, that's a lot." And it was surprising me because you can work out the ETA of getting in client side. Like, it's quite easy, in fact. You just go, what was my position 1 minute ago? What's my position now? Extrapolate.
Estimate it.
There you go.
If you tell players they have to wait a long time, they're gonna leave. And that might sound
you would rather have them leave rather than sit there for 10 hours going, wow, I can't believe I queued for 10 hours for this game. It's better that they leave.
To be fair, you are already telling them that they're 10,000th in the queue.
Yeah, but if the queue is being processed quickly, that's not a problem.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's true. Yes.
But yeah, I mean, it's surprising. I mean, one of the improvements to the Blizzard launch clusterfuck was removing the ability to cancel joining a server. Because all of the people clicking cancel sent extra load back to the server. And when you have 10 million people doing it, suddenly that's a significant amount of load. And I'm amazed that I'm looking at this going, you didn't really pay attention to all of the people who have done this and failed before. Yeah, you probably should have. But I don't think any MMO has ever had a smooth launch. I just don't think there has been one.
Oh, the one thing I noticed that was very Asian MMO is so playing my, I think, female assassin character is what I went for. Went through, yes, something like that. I don't know. It was like Shadow Hunter or something really edgy. Was the subclass. I don't know. I got past the tutorial. Cool. It gives you a couple of items and some free money for like free. But apparently you can only apply to this first account because it's not transferable to your other characters.
Oh yeah.
I think it has like a. Sorry,
it popped up that dollar going, this is only applicable to your first result. Are you sure? And I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah,
yes.
I know, right? It's like his 10,000 silver. I'm like, how much is that? Should I click yes?
Yeah, no, it was definitely warning me I was making an important crossroads decision at this point, but didn't really explain to me what I was deciding.
I don't know if I'm reading into it wrong, but there seems to be 2 level systems. So there's like a character level, and then there's like the secondary level system, which I've not quite understood yet. I get the feeling it's like is it the mastery system in Borderlands kind of thing, where it's cross character?
Oh,
but it's like there's like a second tab to your XP bar at the bottom. So I think it's that, but I'm not entirely sure yet. Which would be interesting if that's the case. But no, I got past the tutorial on my character, and then I killed a mob, and it dropped some pants, and I picked them up, and guess what it did?
Kicked you off the server?
No, it removed my pants. It was like no fucking armor at all. It was like a bikini. I'm like, fuck's sake.
Well, that's career for you.
Yeah, pretty much.
We're not getting enough of a green throughput to research anything green. It's all going into whites, and we don't have enough greens because we don't have enough microprocessors, quantum processors. If we don't have enough quantum processors, because Shalco's not sending me enough plane filters.
I'm upgrading titanium glass production. It's the first catch up it needs doing to catch up the improved plane filter production.
Thank you. Also bear in mind, if we were to have oh wait, hold on, local demand. Whoops, local supply. Nothing. Never mind, I just fixed it.
Nice.
That's ridiculous.
I guess the one thing I'm
Use your words.
I'm thinking it. Yeah, words. No, I think the issue of people going into dungeons or whatever and not having a perfect build is probably going to be less of an issue in this, because from what I can tell, the skill tree thing, you can reset it really easily, and every option on each ability skill tree is like, this one gives more attack speed, this one amps your team's damage, this one gives you marginally more crit damage. I think it's quite hard to do it too wrong.
Uh-huh.
So I think you'll still be useful, and it's at most like 8 abilities.
I need to interrupt. I've just put down a new interstellar logistics station, and it's popped up on pre-populated. Space warpers, reinforced thrusters, wind turbines, and organic crystals.
What? Oh, that's going to be a bug. That'd be a network. That'd be a network version bug.
I'm just going to clear those because I don't want any of those.
Sorry. Did you clear them?
Yes.
I'd rather you'd have deleted it and put it back, because I worry that you've just accidentally had a data link to another one somewhere else.
Okay, I shall.
But it's
nope,
but it's a bit late
nope,
now.
He's fine.
Is he?
He's talking about the one I'm standing right next to. And nope, that one's fine. He hasn't done anything to it.
Okay, wind turbines are on their way. As soon as I remember. There we go. Wind turbines.
It's done it again. Right. So clear it down. This is Interstellar Station 103. Is that the issue, or is it a bug with the multiplayer bit?
Oh, I wonder if that's it. Here, let me rename mine.
Oh, we number 103, I presume.
Esmea, have
there you go, I renamed it.
Are the wind turbines on their way? Because I put 1,000 and they're all gone, but I'm not sure where they've gone.
Nope, they're not going here.
And it says that none of my logistics vessels are in progress, because that might have been the other side, or somebody else. Max, you remember you said something?
There they go.
Okay, I'm going to have to turn on wind turbine production, quite shockingly, as we actually used them all up. Just remember.
Oh, for some weird reason, I thought we had an incredible excess of them.
We did, but I set 5,000 to max.
It was 1,000 actually.
1,000.
I'm still using them to power my platform. So
that was supposed to be enough for the star cluster. Small-minded thinking doesn't realize that you have to think big.
Yeah, unfortunately, you didn't think big with the storage. Is mostly the issue. There we go.
You thought at some point that the production could be offline because the storage would cover all of the star cluster. More than we could ever have.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's using Dora's resources as well. Don't want those being made. Or maybe I can run another conveyor down there. And you can offload to that one, and I'll only connect it up in cases of emergency.
Actually, and the one really good piece of feedback I've seen online for this game is apparently they have really good transparency from the dev team. They're putting out updates going, we're releasing new servers for Europe, and stuff like that. And we're shutting this server, we're merging these servers, we're restarting this server.
Oh, that's good.
Which is nice because a lot of dev teams don't do that.
Yes, something Blizzard learned over the course of the development was to just talk to us a lot, and that helped when they did. I remember playing Warcraft, I say in the bad days, but the point where they're like, GM, blobbly blob here, it's 2 a.m, and the devs aren't here, and the boat has just dropped everybody in the ocean again, so I'm going to have to restart the server. Sorry. You just get that like that as a global message, very, very chummy and friendly. And it was really nice seeing, good, they are actually definitely fixing this issue.
Oh, it's been fantastic watching the global alert thing have an actual conversation with somebody in Warframe.
In Warframe, yeah.
I have a major problem with this interstellar logistics station. I'm clearing this stuff down and it just keeps repopulating.
Yeah, as I said, delete it and rebuild it.
I did.
Build it somewhere else.
Yeah, shove it. Yeah.
Oh, right.
I don't know. I can't think why.
I wanted it there.
It's been a while since I played Warframe, to be honest.
The other thing you could do is you could build something else, and then build that, and just like not exactly the same spot, like maybe one to the left or something like that.
I've moved it like a significant number of squares. I should move it more than my few squares I moved it. What the hell is it in my inventory? I seem to have rather a lot of wind turbines. I think it is actually requesting them, and I'm picking them up every time I collect it. And they're making their way over there. Where is it? There. Right, I'm gonna go.
How is our supply of factories?
Oh, what? Factories? Do you mean assembling machine Mark 1s?
Yeah.
Um,
Or higher.
we're only making the base ones. I wish we weren't, but we're only making the base ones. I think no one ever bothered to filter them off. So I think there's just a whole bunch of orphaned ones. Looking at it. Give me a moment. I will clear that
Same
down.
thing. I've renamed Grubby.
I would suggest, Max, you restart your client, because that there's definitely something gone derpy there.
Okay. Okay. So I'm leaving it. Am I leaving it built or am I removing it?
I mean,
It's not got power at the moment, so it can't request anything.
yeah, I guess. I guess delete it, and then quit cleanly and come back.
Yeah.
Some,
Yeah, that will fix it.
but they're only Mark 1s.
So what do you guys do for Valentine's Day?
Work.
I mean, your mum said she was sore, so you know I thought it was better to stop.
Well, it's my dad's birthday.
Well, I mean, I gave him the night off.
Bruh.
Right, permission to join?
Yes, clear. I've had a few people message me by going, "Oh, can I have a look at this Eden game you worked on?" And I'm like, "Nope." It's suffered one of the shortest lifespans of a game I've seen in a long time.
I appear to have all the wind turbines.
Ah.
That's probably saying something, because you imagine you've seen quite a lot of games.
Going from launch to free to play to off the Steam page in that period of time is unusual. Right? We only did one emergency patch because obviously I wasn't going to work unpaid. Yeah, it was a bit of a shame because I was like, you know, there's lots to do. The idea is this was the first patch. No game is successful after the first patch. Literally none. I mean, Valheim was probably 2 or 3 patches in the same day before it was successful. Obviously, you know, you shouldn't be measuring your success against Valheim's because that's just stupid. That's Ari's MO, was to measure it against the biggest and the baddest, so we're not doing as well as that, dumb.
So I just opened Lost Ark to just test this server login time, just out of curiosity. Went to the top server that my character's on, 7,000 person queue. Went to the bottom server, no queue. God damn it!
Surely the bottom server is not marked as busy though.
They're all marked as busy, but the bottom one has no queue and the top one has.
Your character is realm locked, isn't it?
It is, yes.
Yeah. On a game.
No, I mean, or not realm. I mean, isn't it cluster locked?
It's locked to the server, yeah. I think, but you can have like up to 5 characters per server, so you can have quite a lot of characters.
Oh, never mind. I was thinking of something else.
I think you can also skip cutscenes after your first time doing them, which speeds stuff up a lot.
Yeah, I have a particular hatred for games that think that when I said skip cutscene, it goes, nah. I'm sorry. You think my time is not worth. Like, that is just insulting to me, what you're doing there. You are genuinely insulting me.
I mean, Lost Ark is weird because some of the tutorial stuff is like, no, you can't skip this, and then other stuff it lets you skip just fine. And I'm like, what?
And then sometimes you skip a cutscene, and then you get into the second half of the cutscene. You're like, I'm sorry, I said skip cutscene, not skip to the next bit of the cutscene.
Would you be happier if it didn't give you the option to skip?
Yes, because then I can just walk away and come back. So Max and Esmir, you are together, I believe. Is that right?
Well, for Valentine's Day.
Aha. But why so serious? I think.
I'm at Max's place.
Oh, okay. Esmir,
And that problem did resolve after.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So I put it back where I wanted it. And it's actually and the reason was it was 103 and it should have been 106.
Yes, I think you are just linked to another one. Oh,
Yeah.
God, there's all these. This conveyor spaghetti is awful. I mean, I've conveyor belts running halfway around the planet. The problem is, I'm now trying to replace stuff, and it's strugglesome because I'm having to trace back hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of meters. Yeah, because this creates magnetic rings, but I don't know why.
Wait, so did any of you guys play this then? Which server do you guys play on when you tried it?
If
you play.
WEI.
Why?
Yeah.
Wait?
Yeah.
Wait.
I'll try to join that one. Apparently that one's got a 3,000 person queue. Fuck me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you say we play. I mean, we haven't done much. I've made a character and completed the tutorial. It's been about
It's more than I've played for.
In regards to the unskippable cutscenes, there are some that are like that in Final Fantasy, but they do it only when they absolutely have to. Like in this case, they make it unskippable because there's a very good possibility that there's somebody in the group who has not seen the cutscenes that wants to see the cutscenes, and they can't find any way to make it skippable without possibly inconveniencing that person.
See, the problem is,
and they're working on actually redesigning it so they can make it fully skippable.
So the problem is that you've put a cutscene on the screen, but you can't make me pay attention to it. And I'm not going to, no matter what. I don't care.
Oh no! The joke is that in this particular instance, everybody just gets up and goes AFK.
Yes.
Oh yay.
My worry is for this game though is will adding more servers actually fix the issue? Because if people already have characters on the server and they've like committed time to it, they're not going to want to switch.
Yeah, only if you can. I don't know why they're realm locked particularly, because the game does not strike me as that deep or complicated.
No, it's not like even that. You don't really see that many players around, at least from how far in I've got. Like the first town I saw, like, I don't know, 20 maybe.
Well, Malcolm said that they were that it was groups of 4, but I don't know if that's just like dungeons of 4.
I think that's just grouping in general, but if you go into like town areas, you can see more people.
Yeah.
I guess similar to Path of Exile, except their system is just, you have joined London server.
I swear this game auto-saves just to piss me off. And then when I'm spinning the camera around, it freezes up, and then the camera just does this massive whoosh.
Right, I'm trying to put these wind turbines back onto the network.
Back? Well, no one's else. Oh, I guess Esmir could. No, Esmir can't demand them. You can't because you need warpers to push them. So yeah, those are yours now.
Warpers?
You could. Okay, but bear in mind those are what you need to get back home.
Yeah, I've got 100 of them. No, 200 of them.
Oh, okay, then you are fine. Just don't, keep doing that, and in a while go, you know what, I shouldn't have done.
I've got 20 set in my bot. I need more Deuteron fuel rods, potentially. It's not taking more on. It's got 138 out of 16,000. It's still charging, so maybe it's something to do with that.
It might not have any way of actually doing any more. Like, you've requested that, but there might not be a free vehicle. There might not be any of that thing.
Yeah, but doesn't it? I thought the station loaded up to its maximum and then wait for people to sort of request from it.
The storage will increase, yes. but only if there is something like available. I assume this one should be on demand. I'm not like tearing out any of the machines. We have lots and lots and lots of duplicate machines around Dora. I have no idea what they do, and I'm not trying to centralize that yet. So I'm just replacing a lot of the inputs with just.
Are you kidding? That's a great idea.
Iron ore. Oh, no, it's not, because I don't know where. It's too interlinked. I'd have to continually put in transport stations at each layer. So I'm just replacing the source thing. So I'm replacing, like, this one is now just requesting iron ore, and then as things tidy up, which they are going. I'm just finding like these enormous conveyor belts running all across the planet with nothing on them, and like they haven't had anything on them for a long time, as far as I can tell. Like, how has this one got anything on it? So, as I said, our limiting factor is plane production. Let's see if that has been solved. And get some more.
Titanium glass production has about doubled. We should almost double the plane filter thing.
0 in storage, 0 in transit.
What are you after?
Plane filters from Schalke.
Yeah.
I am currently limited on room for enough for factories and make ordinary class.
Still waiting. Oh, hang on, this is planetary. So where's the interplanetary demand? This thing, I have no idea where the interplanetary demand is, and I have zero way of finding out without just. I can't even click. Can I click on? Oh, I can click on from the screen. But if I press escape, it cancels the map screen, not the dialogue. All right, there we go. Remote demand. This thing does have. Yeah, we're out of warpers as well. Oh no, hold on. We have a thing here that looks like an interstellar station. Local supply and remote supply of warpers. That doesn't look right. I'm trying to get that sort of base level of production up, because we're currently at the point where I'd love to be able to just send warpers all the way out the galaxy, but we really can't. Well, we can, but it's going to cripple Dora world. Yeah, so I have a interstellar logistics station here that has supply and supply set for the warpers. I don't know why. That doesn't make it. So I think it's supposed to be supply and local demand and remote storage. I think.
Are processors worth putting onto the interstellar network?
Not currently, but only sort of. So Hot Singles is producing an awful lot of processors, like absolutely mad tons of them, but that can't last forever. So at some point, yeah, absolutely. Right now, it's fine. It's the next two steps, the pain. So the next step is quantum chips, and that requires plane filters, and that's the bit that. So what is on your planet? You should have some special materials on your planet.
So my planet's got iron, copper, silicon, titanium, tiny bit of stone, or really tiny bit of coal.
Now, what are your special materials? You'll have a special thing of some sort, like spinniform, fractal,
it's got
something.
Sulfuric acid ocean.
No,
Probably why, yeah.
but you'll have something special on there. Like all other planets from this have got something special. Where are you?
Mm.
Yellow listing on the planetary.
Volcanic ash horizontal
Oh,
rotation.
I take it back. You don't have anything special on that planet at all, apparently. How odd. Oh, I guess sulfuric acid is your special thing. So Alshat 2...
You wanted the iron, you did ask for the iron and the
Yeah.
copper, so that's what I'm trying to say.
So Alshat 2, for example, has got organic crystals and spiniform stalagmite crystals, and Alshat 3 has fire ice. These are very, very...
Zoom out again?
M for
Oh,
map
there
and then
you go.
zoom out. So those are very
Yeah,
useful
locked.
and rare materials that could
Where is it?
potentially be
Alshat 2.
useful.
Over there. Okay. So I'll pack up here, leave it going, and we can come back to it later.
Yeah, I mean, do you have the gubbins to make more interstellar logistics setups?
Interstellar.
Because if so, you can start to send stuff between your own planets. Because remember, Dora pulls from you. You can send stuff in between your own planets, fine. But because you've got sulfuric acid, that's quite a jump. Like, sulfuric acid is awfully useful because you don't need to create it because it's a pain in the arse to make.
If I should send stuff to here to be made.
But you could send sulfuric acid to... So what you'll get is you can get... hold on. You can get the crystals.
Oh, use a stellar rather than interstellar thing.
No, interstellar. Interstellar is the same thing. It's just you don't give it a warper because you can use organic crystals and sulfuric acid to make something. What do we use organic crystals for? Oh, to make Casimir crystals, I think. I can't remember now. But basically, you can use those to make useful things.
Organic crystals?
Yeah, I can't remember what they're used for. They're over here somewhere.
They're used for making titanium crystals.
Right. Yes, that's the one. Yeah, and that's useful. So if you've got titanium, titanium crystal. Yeah. So on the planet with crystal, I think it's Alshat 2, you could make titanium crystals and ship those back. Because again, they're a pain in the ass to make on Dora World because of the ingredients they require. I'm still not getting any plane filters, by the way. I need to give you Dora then, Schalke.
Well, just meow back at him.
I think we might be. Yeah, I don't think I think we're using up all of our warpers now, so we need to focus on the things we need, or we're going to end up just being dead. Like we can actually get stuck here, or have to start a warper production on another planet. So our issue is a lack of quantum chips, and that'll be a lack of plane filters. I can upgrade these, but this is going to hurt our research speeds. Well, it's increasing now. I'm apparently making 150 warpers a minute, but that's now nearly all of our green cubes have gone into making warpers and almost none into research. But yeah, Max, you've probably got everything you need to make plane filters or Casimir crystals. Like, there's very little in that list we don't need lots of. But what you can do, if you go to items, certainly the yellow, purple, and green cubes, all of the ingredients
Tier
of those.
7 and Tier 6 is what you're after, really.
Yeah, we need those times shit tons.
Yeah. The green ones.
Greens are our critical one right now, yeah.
Right. Okay.
We are getting Casimir
I may
crystals.
forget that, but I will try.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of it is just, learn the... You can go to your new planet, but you can take with you all of the stuff you need. And it's worth maybe setting up a little shopping area just to sort of grab... Just to, if you need loads of conveyor belts, just to have it make conveyor belts while you're busy doing your gubbins. And so, Shaka, we do have Casimir crystals coming in nicely now. But we are... That's good. That helps the local generation of plane filters.
I am exporting those.
Plane filters?
Casimir crystals.
Yeah, is it you? Okay, yeah, cool. Yeah, I just grabbed 1,600, or one of my spaceships I just grabbed 1600. I wonder if they went in transit. I got a clue roughly how long till it arrived. I don't think I would actually enjoy writing or designing the UI to show you all the interstellar stuff going on.
I guess the devs might be limited on what's fun to work on at the moment.
Well, yeah, that's the issue with being rich.
What an unfortunate issue to have.
Well, this game's made somewhere in the region of $50 million, and there's 5 of them.
That's not bad.
But it does mean if there's a really shitty bug or a really boring feature, they probably don't care. So we're running a mod to make it multiplayer, and that's one of my biggest complaints. There's me. The in-transit 1600 now changed to in-transit 335. Did someone are there space pirates or something? Is it just a guess?
There's always space pirates.
There's not always space pirates. Space pirates.
It's 20 light years away.
But it doesn't matter. What do they do? Drop some?
It's a really long distance.
But
You have to turn up the transport speed.
I would do if I had any white cubes. I don't have white cubes because I don't have green cubes, and I don't have green cubes because we don't have enough warpers. I don't have enough warpers because we don't have plane filters, and I don't have plane filters because we don't have Casimir crystals and plane filters. But it did say 1600 in transit, and now it says 335 in transit, and I don't know why.
So some of them came in.
Oh yeah, they're just arriving now. Here comes, we've just had 335 delivered. 160 has been removed by drones already. Why 106? All of them gone by drones. Okay, and it's now all the Casimir crystals are gone. But it's, yeah, it's, more Casimir crystals, but times tons. Actually, let me check that statement. No, we've already used them all up. Oh no, they've all moved to this storage hopper. We're definitely not stacking them here, though. We're definitely using more than we're receiving.
Just left the game open to see how long it takes to queue into the server that you guys entered last time. It's still going.
God.
What's the number?
970.
Oh, not so bad, I suppose.
It started at 3,000 about... What? When did I last mention it? 10, 15 minutes ago?
Okay, Mike, that makes sense. Mike says that 1600 was the how many it thought it could get, and then when it got there, it actually only had 300. I guess makes sense. Well, I'll switch back to efficiency mode, which will be slower. It means that we should get more plane filters. Sorry, yeah, more plane filters out of the same amount of crystals.
Could you have the assemblers be delivered on the network?
Do you mean assembling machine Mark 1?
Factories. Yeah.
No, they're not called factories. That's a different game, I suspect. I don't know, Shaka. Can I get some more plane filters? Are you sure they're being sent?
Plane filters?
Yeah.
Well, I'm fixing the titanium glass thing, and it was limited last time by that.
Okay.
These are really intensive on the like crafting time.
I mean, in theory, you can have some more. In practice, we've got 19. There might be some more around somewhere.
A shipment of titanium glass just departed, so that should arrive and craft into plane filters.
Arrive where?
On Ash.
Oh, okay. Right, you're doing it in right. I gotcha. Wait. Not okay. Ash, not hot symbols. I need to get me some more broadband, particle broadband. I love that you call it particle broadband. It's just it's a nice little logo. It's just like I'm making assembly machines out of what? But yeah, unfortunately, we have grown our use of warpers without increasing our production of warpers. So we are on a slow death spiral, but hopefully not an unfixable one. But yeah, I can only send you 12 thingies.
How
But
can you tell that we are using more than we're producing?
woo! Because no one's got any. Every single station I look at doesn't have any warpers. They're running out. Then they're not making more. So, well, I might be able to tell from the production thing. Over the last hour, right? I love the way default order is just random. It's not alphabetical. Well, okay, that's not very helpful. We're producing 63 and consuming 5. The thing is,
Trying to balance them a little bit.
if someone has set a warper, a interstellar logistics station, and left it on the default, which is 16,000 warpers, then it will absorb all of the warpers from the entire base. Now, I have no way of checking all of the interstellar stations in the whole world.
I feel like I couldn't have fit more warpers into that sentence if I tried.
Warper.
You can ask people to check the ones nearest to them.
No. I mean, on Dora World, it is an internal Dora World issue.
Oh, right.
That's a sentence.
Yeah, so this one actually has 1,600 warpers.
It doesn't sound like a word anymore.
So I'm going to take the warpers, and I've got about 800 warpers. So the warpers will go over to the warper generation station. I don't know why this one's got 1,600. It has 1,600 of a maximum of 100 warpers.
There is a minimum size that it can take.
Yeah, but that means that it's but it's got 1,600, and that's a
It
vessel.
won't trigger to refill until it gets below the 100.
That's okay. Hopefully, this 960. Wait, remote supply. Are we sending warpers off planet?
Yeah.
Strong economic base. We don't have a strong economic base. We can't do this. Dora can no longer request stuff. It's all gone off into the galaxy somewhere.
You're gonna break a whole lot of interstellar supply. You're gonna
Okay, but this is the thing, Shauka. If you have fucked up on any of them and you have left 16,000 warpers as demanded, you have sucked up everything. Everything is already dead. As far as I'm aware, everything to Dora World is pull, not push. So all the warpers are on Dora World. Very easy to keep an eye on it there, and then the things leave from Dora World to get the thingy and come back. So I just dropped 1,000 warpers into our main warper supplier, and they're all gone. And they all apparently went in one logistics drone. So I'm pretty sure they've all gone somewhere. Like, this is what I mean. When we don't have a UI to help us manage this, we need to be very, very careful. And a pull system is much better than a push system. Or we need to crank up the production of warpers. We just don't give a shit anymore. This is possibly the only solution we have. And we are out of plane filters. We are out of Casimir crystals.
I love just hitting random on character creators and seeing what it comes out with.
No, Mike. So warpers are made on this planet and nowhere else, as far as I'm aware. But sure, I agree with you. On another planet, you would have one interstellar logistics station requesting warpers, absolutely. How do I know that no one's fucked that up across all the planets in our entire game? Oh, right, there's no way to find out. This is the issue, is that if someone has accidentally dragged this slider all the way to the top, then one of the interstellar logistics stations somewhere off in the galaxy will be requesting 16,000 warpers, and until it's filled up, will absolutely screw everything else over. I don't know how the priority works, whether it's random or first come first served or greatest demand, because if it's greatest demand, then it would obviously get everything first. Oh, 1,000 plane filters just arrived.
I just came across an interesting hairstyle on the character creator.
Wow.
Okay, this is weird. I can't select warpers to go onto the network. It's not there in the list.
It's in the very bottom left. No, it isn't. It's in the very... It's 7 along? 7 along, near the bottom.
Yes, got it, space warpers. There you go. Okay, right. I'm going left display, right command.
Yeah, but my problem is, Mike, I'm assuming that Shauka hasn't gone, oh, I'm just going to request 16,000 warpers on purpose. I'm assuming that would be a stupid thing to do. It's more likely he or someone else has just left it at default. And I wasn't aware of this. I thought that we weren't doing any push of logistics, just pull. Because then you can manage it. If it's push, then it's just fucking anarchy.
I do have to say, I always have way more fun with female hairstyles in games. They're way more interesting.
I might dye my beard green.
Might look like Mad Batman.
You're gonna emulate the style of that image.
I think what's happened is what he's done is he's just dunked his face into the green hair dye and couldn't be bothered to do the back of it. Is he actually wearing a fur coat or is he just hairy all over?
No, he's wearing a fur coat.
Are you sure that's not just a hood at the back then?
No, it goes all the way around. It goes down the front.
But like the grey bit looks like a hood at the back.
Oh no! That's actually the hair. I changed it with a different colour.
Full Anarchy is okay, Mike, but we are currently in trouble. We currently have an issue because the requesting of necessary materials just to keep the basics running has broken down because we aren't making anywhere near enough.
I've got 175 warpers in this interstellar logistics station. Waiting to be demanded.
This planetary logistics station has demanded 800 warpers. Why has this planetary... Oh, right, and then it's then transmitting it to there. The 800 is a lot at the rate we make them, which is about 100 a minute.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would like the ability to press and hear and look at all of the stuff stored. If we could just see you have 30,000 warpers stored in logistics stations on Dora World, be like, okay, guys, we have to all come here and look for it. But as it is, we've no idea. We have no way of doing it.
And this one makes me laugh as well, because when you rotate it round, it's all along the same line. It looks like someone's put a bowl on his head and then died below the bowl.
But then they've missed his sideburns.
Yeah. Oh, it's really funny. I don't know why that's so funny to me.
All the plane filters have gone. That was it. That's all it lasted. And we have no Casimir crystals, so please, pretty please, that's highest priority by far. So Shauka, I've turned off the interstellar sending of warpers, and if we're making enough just for Dora, that should back up. I bet it's not.
You have now broken.
It's broken already. It is already broken. It has been broken for a while. It is broken. Dora is not receiving little things like iron and copper. And we need to get sent to Dora or pulled to Dora the higher level things.
Okay, so Adam, apparently there's settings for the second tone where you can like blend it more. So apparently, it's when I hit random and it managed to slide it all the way to the opposite end.
Also, Jack, if you're relying on an internet network, that maybe a little communication would have been a good idea. That rather than just yanking resources that other people need. Like I said, we don't have any UI way of looking after this. We have to do it all by hand, and that's why
I was not also aware of the pool system.
Well,
and I think I said that bit before you were speaking of any of that.
Yeah, well, pull is. No, I mean, pull just means that Dora keeps all the warpers forever, and Dora pulls everything there. So it means you don't have to. It's only because they're in tiny supply. So right now, the one that was, and hopefully one that was sending it up, is no longer sending it up. It has no warpers in storage. It's just it's sending it locally, so it's just trying to fill the warper debt. Because we just have a massive debt of warpers. I've said warpers too many times.
Yeah, so it stops sounding like a word when you say it.
Warper.
Sounds more like a Whopper, the burger. A Whopper.
Whopper. Oh, did you find out what kind of car your parents have got?
Oh no, I didn't. I completely forgot about that.
Well, fuck off and do it now.
It's
Local
probably
supply remote demand. It sounds like weird on my end.
Local supply remote demand will pull it in from another planet and then allow it for distribution on this planet.
Oh, I got it around the wrong way.
Well, it depends what you're trying to achieve. What
I
are you
want to send the. I want to unload the stuff I've got held on this planet and give it away to the rest of the interstellar system.
Oh, then it should be remote supply, as in you will supply the remotes with stuff.
Ah, right. That's why that's cocked.
Right. Now we're making a little bit more greens now, but this might be just a bit bursty. Actually, I can have a look, can't I? Production.
So I will set it to local supply, remote supply. That will then take everything I give it via a conveyor belt and give it away.
Yeah, so that will give it away. If you have a local drone network, it will also give it away locally. But you probably don't, so it probably doesn't matter.
I don't think so, no.
Okay. Favorites. 1 minute.
Use a right click on the inventory to sort the whole lot out.
E. Press E.
Oh,
Is it E? No, it's not E. So click on the little arrow in the top right. Oh my god, have you played the whole game without the inventory auto sort?
no, because I like sort of having things in places I can find them.
No, I just used the auto
I just
sort.
get to the point where I've got so much stuff in there.
Yeah, I've just used the auto sort and begin to try and learn what order it thinks is sensible. These graphs are just so useless. They're so spiky. Apparently, we're producing 500 gravity matrix a minute. I'm not sure I believe it, but okay. But that number hasn't gone up or down in a very long time. And I feel it should have, well, it goes up and down in massive spikes, but I just find these graphs impenetrably awful to read. I guess what's happening is it's actually just coming in massive bursts as we get plane filters or Casimir crystals. Either one of those will cause a big chunk of greens to be made. But hopefully, we're now producing more warpers than we're using, so that I can start to divvy them up. No, we're not. We're still not. Although this conveyor line looks a bit more busy, so I guess that's a start.
There are plenty more magnets, magnetic coils in storage now.
Yeah, sometimes it's good to have a lot in
15,000.
storage, because then when we request stuff, later on, we get this
Yeah.
huge run of it.
Well, I've got another chest, storage mark 1 of that, so I'm going to stack that up a bit.
Yeah, the more I think about it, the weirder it is that you can't move characters across servers, because you get 6 per server, plus you can buy more slots, so like, you can get so many fucking characters.
The reason not to do... Well, you should know this, Brett. You were on Eden. You know exactly why you shouldn't allow people to transfer characters between servers. Were you not paying attention in the meetings? I already know the answer to this.
I don't remember.
Because it fucks the economy. because one server will have a better economy than the other. So you can basically load up with your character all the shit that's cheap on your server, go across to another server, and completely destroy that server's economy.
Okay, yeah. I guess.
About that.
Though,
That's those
Sure, if it got to that condition to begin with.
Well, yeah, I was just saying, I'm not talking about like cross-region. I'm just talking about cross-server within the same region, right?
No, it doesn't matter. So, you know, if you play on your server and your server happens to start off with a guild that get obsessed with making, I don't know, magic coats or something, and on my server, no one ever made magic coats. Magic coats are a rare thing. But on your server, magic coats are worth tons. You can easily transfer characters between those and knacker up economies. So that's the reason you don't allow.
At first, yeah, that's what's going to happen, but eventually it all just kind of mellows out.
Well, the solution is not to allow cross-character transfers. I mean, one of the big things Ari wanted was a
economy.
A big economy, like Eve. And we're like,
okay, so now I remember what she says when you first join. There's an angel character, and she goes, "The forces of chaos are on the move again. Please open this book," and then she disappears.
I mean, I've been in libraries like that too.
Oh.
I think our Casper crystals are running all right, but we've got. Don't forget, we've also got one sent from another planet. We've also had plane filters sent from another planet.
Wait, you mean to tell me this class only has one subclass? Okay. Sure. Why are you having me test it then?
In case you don't like it.
I don't have any other choice. I've already made the character.
Oh yes.
Yeah, there's no other option here. It's just you are stuck with this singular subclass, and then fucking I think it's sorcerer has like 3.
Yeah. So Mike has also made the point that also stops the any real possibility of new servers, because when you start a new server, people will transfer their stuff across with their high-end tailoring character or whatever, and knacker up the economy that way.
Well, depending on if that's possible by paying to do it, wouldn't it still be possible? Because I know some games do charge you to do that.
Yes, and then there's the question of, I'll make some money, but will I make more money doing this, then I'll lose some people who will quit playing the game. But yes, I can make more Casimir crystals. I was mostly relying on Esmir's glory from another planet.
I like this. I click the try another class button and it gives me the same class again. Because there's no other options. Okay, I'm doing a different class.
Try another class, kidding. Right,
wait. Can I not switch? Does it not let me leave in the tutorial? Can I not just...
Don't you know?
Character select? Oh, wait. No, never mind. We're good.
Stay a while. Stay forever.
No, I insist.
Stay forever with your singular subclass.
Oh, I know what the problem is.
Yes.
Not enough hydrogen.
Not enough. Well, that's that is always an issue.
Or rather, in this case, too much graphene.
Ah, yes. I usually burn the spare graphene. That teaches it to be plentiful.
Oh, that's a good idea. All right.
What I like, though, is the way the game says, hydrogen, the most plentiful element in the universe. I'm like, really? Why do I never have enough of it, then? Oh, whoops. I sped up our Casimir crystal production. I've just sucked all of the hydrogen out. Hope we have more.
I have a question.
Yes.
Do we have any sort of fuel on the network for mechs?
Doubtful. At this point, you kind of need. At this point, what I normally do is I just have a little cluster of wireless towers. When I'm thinking, I just stand by it because you've now got an enormous fuel reserve. It's just gigantic.
I'm just wondering if I should unplug the Deuteron fuel rods that I have got remaining and keep them to the side.
I only plug in fuel rods when I'm going to go flying. Otherwise, I keep them off and I try and hang around in not bars. Wireless charging spots. Like if you do a nice cluster of wireless charging, it comes back quite quickly.
Wireless power tower.
Yeah. Every one of the white presets for the gunner classes looks like a member of a K-pop band.
Max, don't just put one down there. Put a tiny cluster of 3x3 as small as you can make them to charge quicker.
Right, yeah.
And I'll be back in a moment. Oh, we have a lot. Oh, we have a difficult decision to make in a moment. Our solar is done. Ooh, I have to draw a picture of a penis.
My favourite. Adam, do you like my new character's hairstyle?
Oh man, I want hair like that. Now, I can tell you for nothing from experience that if you actually have your hair like that, the dye will only look like that for at most a week or a couple of washes.
Yeah.
So
It doesn't last long, and then it goes like a dull pink, doesn't it?
So, if I create a new layer, I'm not sure quite how to do it. So I need to make it the minimum amount of size bigger. It's 5035. Oh, 5030. So should I do them like in an organized inclination or just like a random line? Let's just try that. I'll see how it looks. We'll do a couple. Doesn't appear I can change the direction. Again, it says it just as I'm doing like delicate mouse clicking. But yeah, the design of your Dyson sphere is almost entirely artistic rather than anything like there's not like an efficient or an inefficient way. You just build them. As far as I know, incorrectly in this game, a big Dyson sphere collects more energy than a small one because it has more solar panels. Whereas it should be, obviously, as you get further away, you should be getting less energy per solar panel, assuming solar panels are the same size. Yeah, that is pretty cool.
I was having so much fun with character creators. Oh no.
You know, there's a game as well. There's actually a game further on.
Yeah.
What do you need that for, though?
Yeah, just character. Yeah, have you heard of The Sims?
I can't go that extreme, but it does look a bit silly.
After I've clicked a few more of these, I will go and see how our warper situations. I'm hoping, you see, the warpers are backing up. They're backing up. What I'll do is I will throttle the input to them as much as. Oh my god, your face. No. So it's got a photo scan feature then.
Oh fucking hell!
It's uncanny.
Yeah, I'm not gonna keep it like that, but oh Jesus!
I'll do another one, but this one I'll put some little teensy triangles on. Another random orbital inclination.
Dear gods, that character is alarmingly similar to Robert Pattinson.
It's Robert Pattinson's brother that they don't talk about.
Oh Jesus!
Call him Bruno. Where's the button to? How do I only show the current layer? I'm sure there's a way.
Oh no, I should have kept that face shape and like gift it doing one of the emotes that lets you do with the character creator.
Yeah, that's what I mean by throttling, like sending the excess up, but we don't have any excess right now. Oops. Anyway, I'll come
If
back.
you are not doing continuous research, then it's gonna be hard to determine what's. Yeah.
Oh no, I've turned off research, so we are maxing out our warper generation now. Like greens have actually backed up. We are. Oh, I've got rid of that. Let's replace that. Unfortunately, yeah, Mike, I can do, but I'll have to have another logistics station just for the offshoot. I know what I can do, actually, is I can see if I've got any dirt. Fine. I will put a... I'll go get some steel. Plan A, go get some steel. But right now Dora World might be somewhat back to requesting various resources off Galactic Network. So what I need to do then is send it into a planetary logistics, and if that backs up, send it to the interplanetary.
Okay, so now how I said the voice acting was bad, and the gunner intro has like people screaming in the background as if they're like being tortured, and it's just like really pathetic. Gah, gah.
Yeah, unfortunately with sound, that's often people's second, last. I mean, it's often very low priority.
Yeah.
And done later on. One of the things that I found on, I'll say every game, but on a vast number of games I worked on, is like people will try and change the script after you've recorded the game, and we're like, but the voice actor is famous and expensive. Like he can't come back for more. He's done.
Yeah, let me skip your dialogue. I've heard it 3 times now.
That's what I want to do, and it's a little bit awkward position. Then is break that line, pop a splitter, and say
Also, what
doesn't it?
Yeah, so then, what lunatic chose G as an interact key?
Rebind it.
Output priority. Warpers supply. Maximum of 100. What do we store in a thing? 160. So I guess maximum 320. Fine, maximum 300. Yeah, have 9 to start with. Yeah. So what I've got set up now is warpers will be supplied to Dora and excess will be sent to space. Local supply, remote demand.
Oh yeah. I also remember.
Yes, Mike, the problem is you can't share soil. So, Shaka, we've now got all spare warpers going on to the up to interplanetary. So, Dora, I can't find anywhere that has requested a lot of warpers on Dora, but we are not making more than we are using. And I will work out why in a moment. It might just be the number of machines we have creating them. This should be. Flat out, which this is going to become a pain in the arse. Kind of tempted to send greens into that and do it somewhere else with kind of follow what. No, I think you are massively underestimating how many. If I zoom out so you can just see, I can't see them there. I mean, we've got, I don't know, a dozen on here at least a dozen places that are accepting these, so that's a no-go. They're also quicker than I am. I mean, I can follow one, but even that doesn't work sometimes. Oh, here we go. So he's going to be going this way. Probably for that one. Why does it say in transit 254? Oh, then it changed. And then it flies off to... See, this is the thing. It's gone... It's now got... Wait, 0? Oh, it's filled up this... Remote demand. What's that? Because I'm going to get the strange matter. Yeah, so it's just done another lot there. Wait, hold on. Local demand, remote supply. Again, so we have 2 interstellar logistics stations sending warpers up. Right, well that's fixed. So we've now got 1 conduit that's taking excess up. I mean, I guess this one should now more or less go to sleep in a minute. It'll get another 100. But yeah, doing this by hand is rubbish. I really want a UI for this. So we're about 240 warpers a minute? 300 warpers a minute? I'm surprised we don't have more, to be quite frank. Oh, one going this way. It to here. Oh my god, we've got another one set to remote supply. Remote storage means don't do anything, doesn't it? That means do not send or demand this thing. I mean, I'm going to hazard a guess. You've got like 30,000 warpers scattered throughout the galaxy. And we have no way of ever tracking that down, unfortunately. Oh, hang on. Game's frozen. Someone doing something? I was just saving, I guess. Okay, that's that one. Once it works, though, once we've got this sorted, you should just be able to build an interstellar logistics station, set it to demand warpers, set the maximum to 100, not 16,000, and then you're done. It will just grab warpers from Dora.
Some of these have had like way excess from the limit. Wondering how that happened.
If you set your actual limit 1600 or 1800, whatever the interstellar ones take. But that's okay, because it only requests it once. It's when the limit's set to like 16,000 that you're going to be... Yeah, so I've got one here with the limit set to 1400, so that could go down to 100. Like 100 warpers is an awful lot of material.
That's a lot of whoppers.
A lot of warpers. I've had before when I'm writing a piece of code and the class is like, you know, a joystick handler, and then you have the joystick input class, and then the joystick action class, and you're like, I've just seen do a joystick about 300 times in the last minute, and it just becomes a blur of this is just a collection of syllables. This is not a word anymore.
I think the remote warper request is saturated.
I found another one. So I've also found one that's set to remote demand. So a little bit, yeah. So what's happened here, and this is something I thought was happening, is you've been requesting them, I've been sending them, and I've been requesting them back. So we have had entire spaceships doing nothing but just ferrying warpers all around the universe. So that's going to be set to remote storage. Because we were sending it to there, and then it was hopping between logistics ones to here, and then it's being sent up to space, and then another one was requesting it back down again. Like cash thrashing.
Oh dear. He told me, you're quite terrifying, please put down the knife, and I've got this fucking great enormous gun on the bottom of my strap to my back. I'm like, don't worry about that knife, mate, worry about this fucking great gun.
I mean, I'm guessing most people don't play this far. I mean, where's our little progressy thing? Achievements? No, not achievements. What's milestones? That's it.
Like this game's equivalent to when you get to like the end of the game of Civ and you're like,
Oh, this is just this game. Oh, right. Oh, yeah, we should probably set up artificial stars, by the way. Somewhat. I don't know where we'd want to do it. Because it's not too bad once we've got antimatter being produced, which we do, and we have antimatter on the on Dora's planetary network. It was actually not too bad. So I just did it remotely in my game. I just sat down a thingy and just requested it all, and then just had all my stars lit up. Mass stars. I hear so much naughtiness from behind me. Dora, what are you doing? I bought her something. I bought something rather, and she's like, "This is mine, and I love it." It's just a bag. It's just a box. The things came in. She's like, "Oh, this is brilliant." There's a hydrogen and deuterium and. I seem to recall this is dog slow though. So it barely uses any resources, and also isn't one of them something really annoying, like not titanium, yeah, titanium alloy, that thing. Oh yeah, so then I also need circuit boards, and pink or green flashlights. Pink flashlights.
Why not both?
No. One of them is human. One of them is Incredible Hulk.
You said flashlights for a second.
I did. I mean, if you look at the stream, I'm not sure how else I would describe them apart from quite flashlighty. Although, to be honest,
I don't them straight.
to be honest, that you could also imagine them having a little eyeball at the end, but that wouldn't be so funny.
What am I looking at on the stream?
I don't know, I'll send you a picture. The pink thing in the bottom right. I have about 700 in my inventory as well. Little pink flashlights. So he laughed, but he knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, I can see it.
Right, so it's...
But what do you? Oh my god!
What?
You can't skip the cinematic if you've done it before if it's on a different server.
that takes the award for the worst feature I have ever heard of in any computer game ever, I think. That's the worst thing. Oh my god.
It's either that, or you have to clear the entire, like, story part, I guess. Which I doubt. I imagine it's just not registering as on a different server. Which is really funny. God damn it.
Cutscenes are the... I don't mind cutscenes, but when it's an engaging thing that pushes forward the story that I care about, it's exposition dumps that I and I believe everybody else hates. I like you play this indie game and it starts off before the dark times there were any like skip. I don't care. Like you know, I want to start off with gameplay, and then I want a cold open. Start with gameplay and then progress from that. Then say this is because of the Dark Lord's.
Okay, so I can skip the prologue, but I don't get the reward if I do.
I mean, this is cool.
I skip.
Do I care? I don't think I care.
No, I skip the prologue.
Oh wait, no, but I actually haven't fully finished the prologue before, apparently, because it's talking about an area that I get to that I've not actually seen yet. So maybe I should just do it. Okay.
No, I skipped the entire prologue on the basis that I really didn't care. Yes, this only makes 4.5 of these a minute. I will watch them call it all.
Actually, you know, fuck, I'm skipping it. I don't give a damn.
Probably we should not be doing this on Dora World, by the way. Probably this should be done on a different planet.
Runa Pass is known as a place where a historic relationship began.
Oh. I assume between two cities rather than between, you know.
Oh, the prologue's the really short bit at the start. Oh, I should have just done it. Okay, it's not even the full like section.
Stop.
Okay.
I said request 100, and we have 3,840.
There's quite a lot of storages on Ash of the titanium alloy.
No, I just a lot of things decided to serve as it immediately. It looks like.
Oh, I can't skip this either. Oh my god. Aim.
That's why I always set the quantity before I set the type.
That would have been sensible. It'd also be sensible if it just said now choose it. If it defaulted to none, and then you had to drag it up. Can I run? Oh yeah, someone's just. That's an awful lot of items just dropped on the floor.
I thought my logistics station was empty and it was full of items I didn't put into it. DJ, check your logistics station that it makes sense.
Sorry.
The one I'm currently using, yeah.
I was gonna say 1 minute I'm too slow, the next minute I'm the one who's fastest to be able to run away from explosives.
Yeah, if you think your logistics station is screwed up and become like cross-matched, definitely exit and come back in. I don't think that'll fix itself for Max until he did that. this really 4 in, 1 out? Oh, 4 in's going to be a pain. I can't do 4 in on one side. This will have to come round to there. Yes, I did actually set these up my single player, and I was surprised how little infrastructure they needed, and how little resources. I think it just needs an awful lot of high-end materials or research. But when you get it, it's a bit weird, because then I'm looking at the Dyson Sphere going, sure, you shouldn't have named your game Artificial Sun Program.
Here's the question, Adam.
Yes.
What's the worst server management you've seen from a game release? In terms of, like, they did not have enough servers, kind of thing.
The thing is, most games that don't have enough servers, no one plays. The problem with this one is everybody wants to play it. It's why it's struggling so hard. Usually a game dies a very quick death. I mean, Auto Assault was what I mentioned the other day, because Auto Assault made the bizarre mistake of announcing they were starting work on the sequel about 2 weeks before the game came out, and I was like, what? Like this is an MMO. I mean, this is deep in the peak of Warcraft popularity. You know, this was going to be the vehicle-based MMO, the vehicle-based Warcraft, and the game basically was just stillborn. Basically, like no one played it, because why would you even begin to start an MMO that you knew that the devs were working on something else?
Yeah.
Oh, did I not research Artificial Sun?
And meanwhile, you have like New World, which is been sort of hurt by this game being released. Actually, Lost Ark, because they were already like hemorrhaging players. I think they're like below 100,000 now, which is, I mean, it's not bad, I guess, but like, compared to what it was.
I mean, honestly, New World's figures are still huge. I mean, that's just the thing about MMOs. They do lose players a lot. I mean, that's just what happens because of just the fundamental. It's a game that people will play and then go, I don't want to play anymore. And you know, every game loses a huge amount of its player base over the first initial period of time.
Oh, scratch that. They're down to 28,000.
You mean 28,000 on Steam?
Does New World have non-Steam players?
I don't know. I don't play it. I assume
That?
it did. Because it'd be silly to release a game only on Steam.
Actually, let's have a look. I'm curious.
It's amazing. This is now.
Did you try Prime Gaming?
I was about to say, I'm amazed that Amazon don't have their own store. Then that's not where we.
Well, they did, right? They had the Twitch launcher before, and that sort of died. Right?
I don't know. I have people to tell me these things, specifically you.
I only remember this because I briefly used it because the FTB Minecraft modder guys used to use it to host their mods until they decided, fuck it, we're going to host our own launcher again.
I'm gonna rejoin.
Okay. Oop.
From what I can tell, it's only on Steam.
Oh, okay. Well, I take it back then.
But no, they peaked at 900,000 players, and they're now at 20-odd thousand.
Yeah, it's one of those that it's like Minecraft. So Minecraft has blah 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 millions of players. Yeah, right. The thing about Minecraft is it has one of the lowest attach rates in the industry, like really low. So attach rates are generally defined as someone who plays a game and then plays it again more than 24 hours later. Your average game is about 5%. So for every 20 people that play it, 19 of them will never play it again. Oh wait, hold on. This isn't the last step. This isn't even the final form. That's why. So yeah, for New World to have lost that many players, it's not surprising. It's only surprising to people who never pay attention to the games industry, which appears to be everybody on, Eurogamer and everything. Same thing we've said. We've chatted much about car recalls, and people keep talking about Tesla car recalls. Like, car recalls don't happen all the time. Like a dozen times for any given model. It's completely normal, and but everyone goes on about the Tesla ones because apparently the industry has it in for Tesla. Like what was the most recent one? You can use the onboard audio system to play a sound effect outside your car that could be so loud it could drown out the pedestrian warning system, and that's dangerous. So you have to stop being able to do that.
So like, you can do it. So obviously, you probably know you can do it from your phone, right?
Yeah, but
the other day we changed it so that the car was playing fart noises when he indicated it before he got in the car.
Yeah. But listen to again what I said slowly. You could make a sound effect in your car so loud you can't hear the warning noise.
Yeah, that's not good.
No, think about it again. I can make a
Right.
sound effect outside my car so loud that pedestrians cannot hear the external sound effect warning them my car is coming. That's the issue that the what I forgot what the American road network people are called, but they made them do a recall, big news recall, and it's like it's just a software
It's
patch.
the stupidest logic ever.
It's
a
astounding.
sound so loud it drowns out a warning, an alert, an alarm, something that's meant to grab your attention.
Well, the sound effect you get by
It's
default
the
just goes.
thing.
Theoretically, the sound effect would be continuous,
Like
and
that.
then people would disregard the attention.
Right, but that what you just said would apply to the warning system sound effect itself.
I would think that the warning system only gives sound when there's reason to give warning.
No, in the American setup have what we're getting in Europe next year, which it will make a sound effect if you are driving forwards at speeds under 17 miles an hour. Because that's what we really needed, was cars just making sound effects for literally zero reason, with absolutely just no reason at all, like just none. Like when I step out in the road, I don't
They're
listen.
trying to think of the children.
But when I step out in front of the road, I don't listen for the car's engine. No, I listen for the tyres.
Think about the blind people. Ad.
Well, yeah, but I listen for the tyres though, because I haven't been able to hear car engines in about forever. I'd say if you've got a modern, quiet diesel car, it is not making any appreciable noise whatsoever. Like it's genuinely not. If you get like a nice Mercedes or something, a nice expensive Mercedes are not expected to make these sound effects, but electric cars are.
Still one of those 20-year-olds that has like a car that just is deliberately loud, I guess.
Well, yeah. I mean, I rather like the idea of a future where cars are silent, and that is coming as the owner of a very, very, very loud car. But overall, I like the idea of the world being not having car noise everywhere. I've said before, I can wake up, and without having pulled my curtains, I can tell if it's snowed outside because I can no longer hear the road noise of cars. I'm like, oh, it's very quiet today. Has it snowed? Oh, it has snowed. Oh. And that would obviously not be solved by electric cars making noises or not making noises, because it's the tyres I can hear from the motorway several miles away. Oh man, are you genuinely telling me it's too far? I can't build these off-grid, can I? No. I think if I do it there, I can get away with it.
You can build the belts closer.
No, I can't because this is on a like an intersection line. No, look, it goes further away there. Because this is a 4-in, 1-out, so it's quite a pain to. Yeah, there we go. It's just about within limits. Hey, big man Hawk Astro. 3 exclamation marks. How are you? Your parents must have really hated you.
Whoa.
Well, have you seen his name? His name's Big Hawk Astro. Big man Hawk Astro.
Okay, Adam. Do you know how I said that was that cross-character leveling system thing.
Yes.
Yeah, that also doesn't go across different servers.
Wow. Oh my god, so it's like the equivalent of relics and heirlooms in Warcraft, but only on the same server.
Yeah, so it's like, I guess they encourage you to just stay within that server, which I guess kind of makes some sense, but.
Well, you're all about to get an achievement. Unless you've already got it, in which case you're not.
What, me?
No, not you. How would you about to get an achievement? You're not playing this game.
I am playing a game, though.
Yes, but I'm pretty good, but I can't predict that you're about to get an achievement in a game I can't see you playing.
That would be impressive, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So this single one is making about 4% of our entire power generation, if I've worked it out. Oh no, that's the whole network generating capacity. Oh good, it's not actually using up our fuels at all. So we are now making the fancy fuel, which obviously is up for grabs at some point in the future. It's not really to the point where there is much generation rate, and I didn't build it very well, so I ran out of room very quickly. There. Yes, I discovered that, Mike, shortly after having done what I just did. But it's okay. It's fine. Fix it in the dub. But yeah, these artificial suns, they don't require very much resources. It requires very difficult resources, but a super small amount of them. Like, I'm just sitting here waiting for belts to move.
I told you.
Yeah, I know, but I seem to be more complicated than it is. Going, oh, that seems...
I told you so.
Yeah, but, I mean, I didn't agree that they weren't good. I was and still am a little bit confused. The best thing in the game is not the sphere. Because, why is it not
I know,
the
right?
sphere
You
in the game
need
called
the
Dyson
sphere in
Program?
order to make the suns.
Yeah, but in a game called Dyson Sphere Program, I would have expected the best thing in the game to be the Dyson Sphere. It's not. Yeah.
That means the Terraria must be the best Terraria weapon, right?
Yeah, there we go. See, yeah, this was us building near the North Pole, so you can see the belts got excitingly difficult. It's fine at the South Pole because we just built a circle, so that's fine. I'm now only a few episodes away from the end of Reacher, and I can still continue to recommend it. I've been thoroughly enjoying it.
Are we allowed to talk about Book of Boba Fett yet?
Oh God, yes, that's there. If you've not been following, then you don't care about it. Oh, knee rockets! Oh my God!
Look, it's not my fault, I swear.
Now, if you haven't seen it, dibs are off. There's a 1 week moratorium on TV and a 6 week one. Moratorium. That's the word. Thank you. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed Boba Fett. The weird thing was the first 5 episodes were Boba Fett, and the last 2 episodes were The Mandalorian, and they were fucking great. They were like really, 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 really good. But it was a bit weird. It kind of felt like the writers got partway through and went, you know what?
Hang on a minute.
You know what we need? We need a bunch more Mandalorian. And the last few episodes were absolutely superb, like proper, just so Star Warsy. You know, huge budgets, great special effects. Really enjoyed it. 10 out of 10. Would fire knee rockets again.
My only gripe with the last episode was the guy doing the fucking spin when he shot his gun.
Say again?
You know, the mod guy doing his like double spin before he fires a shot.
Yeah, he went from completely incompetent to absolutely badass in a very short period of time. I wish they hadn't called them mods. I don't mind they got shiny vehicles. Fine, they have anti-static coating. I think we can get that already. Like, you can run a charge through the outside of your car, and it will repel. dust. So I mean, I can assume that you could argue it's in the Star Wars universe, like everything else. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I don't care what the internet says, but I don't care what the internet says about a lot of things. Is that a minor hill?
I did feel like the second to last episode was better than the last episode, though.
No,
Personally.
wrong. The last episode
No?
was
No?
awesome.
I don't.
And we're getting Obi-Wan on Star Wars' 45th anniversary, it must be.
I don't think it's quite.
No, it'll be
It's
it comes out May 24th, which was when Star Wars came out. Star Wars came out 77.
You mean it's not coming out on Star Wars Day?
No, rather weirdly.
Oh.
Everyone's like,
Yeah, that's right.
what? Yeah, it's coming out 24th of May, I believe. Yeah, charge the whole plating. Yeah, that'll keep the dust off. You know these bots we keep getting that trying to get us to click on them? I genuinely question anyone who would take that, realise it's a URL, copy it, fix the typo in it so they can go to it and then visit it. And as has been pointed out, the reason we still get Viagra spam is people buy it. It works.
Viagra spam. Oh Jesus.
I mean, it's hard to get rid of that stuff sometimes.
What Viagra or to sell it?
Get it? Oh, I forgot. Oh, right. Huh? I don't know what I've done here.
What have you done?
I'm just going to cover it up, and I'm going to point out we are pretty much at the end of the stream, so if we could finish up anything we've got going, I will check on the status of the jumpers, warpers. Yes, URL, yeah. Vum.today, but they've put a space in it so YouTube doesn't interpret it as a link, so it doesn't get caught by the spam filter. So I would have to copy the URL and fix the on-purpose typo in it in order to visit the website. I'm almost tempted to visit it anyway, because the thing is, I'm quite happy to visit dodgy websites on like my phone because there is no concept of fucking it up. It's properly garden wall on a mobile phone.
Yeah.
Correction. I don't mind visiting on my Windows phone. Because it's not an environment that they're actually intending to attack.
I mean, we are back on remote supply of warpers now, so that does appear to be working. The thing is, Mia, I've got the other advantage. I'm on an Apple phone. If someone worked out a way to cripple Apple phones via a web exploit, this would be the biggest fucking news. There's no, maybe we'll get away with it. I'd find out about it really quickly.
That's true.
It's not security via, I don't know what that is. It's not security via obscurity. It's more or less the opposite.
But on the other hand, I can't use my nice VR headset to watch VR porn with my phone.
Can you not? Oh no. Lara O'Brien has a fantastic sketch about that.
Oh no. I don't think I've seen this.
Ah.
Is it a recent or an old thing?
I watched him live doing it before COVID.
That's not that old then.
Really? COVID was like 100 years ago, I think? Maybe 1,000?
Stop it.
Forever.
I got reminded the other day that Gangnam Style is 10 years old this year.
Oh my lord. Oh no. Oh. That's the worst thing I've ever heard. I'm sad. That was the first YouTube video to break 1 billion views, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, I think. And now it happens every like few months with some big singer's song. Which was yeah. It was that and that I think is it Shrek turns 20 years old this year, or is it 21?
They're re-rendering Shrek as well. Like remastering. Like Shrek remastered. What would you call it? Like Shrek reimagined. But yeah.
What, like that GIF?
Yeah, but the other way, like bigger, not smaller. I was going to say. Yes. Anyway, we'll save it there. We'll give Lost Ark another go tomorrow, and see if we can actually get in. The problem is, you might be able to get in at midnight, but getting in at 9 is the issue. Otherwise, Dyson will be the fallback program. We have.
I guess like from like the server that I just joined, which is your server, it took me about 45 minutes. But that isn't at 11 though. It's only 2 hours later, I guess. But
yeah, that's for riveting for stream footage. It is my birthday tomorrow, but I will be around as I'm not having a birthday party because I've looked at the COVID numbers and it's just not quite there. So I will potentially have an unbirthday later in the year.
I hope you know what that word means.
Unbirthday.
Yeah. Or the first part of it, at least.
Well, I know what unbirthday means, but what do you think unbirthday means? What do you think unbirthday means? Yes. Yeah.
It's your birthday.
Sounds like he's thinking of death.
No, there's some dodgy sides of the internet.
Unbirth. Oh no. Oh, you no. No. An unbirthday is an event celebrated.
Oh, gotcha.
Is an event celebrated on any or all of the days of the year which are not a person's birthday. It is a neologism which first appeared in Lewis Carroll's 1871 novel Through the Looking Glass. The concept gave birth to the Unbirthday song in the 1951 animated feature Alice in Wonderland. So I will be having an unbirthday party, and I'm going to invite the entire internet and everyone on the planet Earth apart from fucking Brett. I think it's fair after making me think about that. Are we all good for me to save?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm out already.
Okay, and day 12. I can't believe I've only done this 12 times. I can complete the game at any point where I can get the research that is marked complete the game. That's easy. That's a trivial level research to us. It doesn't do anything though apart from just say, well done, you complete the game.
Right, well, I wish you good night.
Okay. Alright, see you all tomorrow.
Bye.